Oh my God, I'm back again. Just gotta wait for people to come in. Yeah, I said I was going to come back a little bit sooner than this, but we ended up watching a few episodes of Zoo. Gotta say, I'm tired, but I'm just gonna do this. Let's just do this. Put that link up for you, Joel, if you're still awake. And then you post. And if any like random trolls want to come on and go, goofy ass nigga day, Rich Teeth, you look like the creator of SpongeBob. Goofy ass nigga day. Feel free. Just don't care. In fact, it will be a laugh. It really will be a laugh. Love it. Love it. Send the emails. Send the emails. Send the sex links. Go on. Just block your ass. Yeah. Ain't no big deal. Ain't nothing but a thing. So, TikTok. Everyone's gone to bed, but America and Canada. I've only got 40% on my battery anyway, so 46 is that. 46% on my battery anyway, so when that's gone, I haven't got my long extension lead, so the only thing I can think of is propping my battery on there again and dropping the tripod down low, and I don't like doing that really, but if I have to, which I probably will have to, being as Joel is going to be coming on at some point, I think. Everything's just like fishing right now, bar a picnic basket with a bit of squash in it, and a few sarnies and a pork pie. Of course, fishing rod. Just sitting and waiting and talking crap, and just anglers, top bollocks. You know what I mean? Till somebody comes in. Which we have got right now, and I think it's Joel. Joel, my good friend.
Evening all. I'm just gonna fill the kettle up here. I'm just making brew. Bear with me, mate. How we doing? How's everybody?
I wouldn't be able to answer that question at the moment, because no one's here but us.
I've just been a nuisance on mud fossils and that. Nah, really on that. I've been on Mud Fossil University talking to my mate Roger and that. And it's just to email him and that and talk to him. He's banging on about free energy, but he's on the same wavelength as me with light box shit and that, innit? You know, light box, fucking that kettle's
What's
nice,
the
innit?
progress on that then, anyway, on the light box? You done any more progress on it?
It's fucking loud as fuck, that bastard thing.
Excuse me. Gassy.
I just tinker about with it and that. What I've been doing is got it sweating as far that's what I learned and that. Got it sweating with I'll get my solder name basically and sweat it off, release everything and that, components that I'm recycling and that. Because like to buy them and that, it'd be quite a few quid. So I buy them and I can get components out of appliances and that of some descriptions, tellies and things like that, for instance. And in fact, it reminds me, I've got the rest of that fucking telly to strip down, and I've a shitloads to do. It's that I'm like doing this, I'm doing that, I'm back and forth. You know what I mean? I'm too
That's
much.
me
I'm too.
a bit bigger.
But basically, what I do is three
Yeah.
things. So I'm going, I've got a box of bits here, I've got a box of bits up there, and you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not getting it all out, 'cause it's just fucking, it's like, Jill's like, what's that? This and that, you know what I mean? It's like, this fucking setup there, that. And basically, I'm just getting all bits together, and I'm going to build. I've got 3 inverters to build, right? I've got a multi-stage inverters. We aren't going into mega detail. I've got to go from.
Yeah, I was just about to
5.
say what
I've
they
got
are.
to go. I've got to get 5. Basically, I need 3.5 volts to run laser, right? So I need. If I'm using 3.5 volts to power a laser, whatever I'm putting out, I need to double it. So I need at least 5 volts. So then I can take 3.5 volts from 5 volts and then run that back round. So that just keeps, basically, it's like a loop. It just keeps going like that. So laser keeps powering it then. Once it starts, it's away. You use capacitors to store energy in, because you don't need. There's no batteries that are moving parts in it. There's nothing that moves in it. There's no fucking batteries in it. Just electronics, a fucking laser, and me fucking genius, basically. Lots of fucking sleepless nights and restless fucking anxiety thoughts and that. What is it? You know, trying to work it all out. It's fucking. It's aging me, mate. It's fucking screwing my head up. But once I've done it, it's gonna. If I don't get killed, it's gonna be good, because then I can write a book called "The Man Who Saved the World" by Joel Burgess, not J.R. Hartley, not Flat. Was it come about the Yellow Page advert? Have you heard a
The man
book
who
on
managed to avoid blowing himself up.
But yeah, but basically, I'm just getting all bits together, and I've got these inverters to make, because the easy bit is like running laser on its own. So I've got past that stage, and that'll just keep running until it fucking burns out or whatever, right? Or something fucks up, but up to press, it seems okay. I've loaded it, but then what I've got to do is I have to make like it's like an inverter converter thing to start with, and then it goes to multi-bank inverters. Because I've had a slight modification. What I thought is I know about, like, you say if you're not using mass power, you don't need to run it on mass power, because you're just wasting it and it'll overheat. You know what I mean? The more you drag, the hotter it's going to get. So think on how I'm going to power. This is going to be pumping fucking 10 kilowatt out, right? 10 kilowatt, or like we were in a 3-bedroom semi-detached house, right? That one box will power 2 semi-detached 3-bedroom houses. Everything, everything. You could have fucking everything, like house, fridge, the fucking lot. One of them boxes will run the fucking lot, mate.
That puts it into perspective.
Right? And other thing is, you know how, like, with these electric cars and that, you won't need a fucking battery in them. You might need some just to store an emergency backup, to store its memory thing and that or whatever. But you could use capacitors for it. But like, say if you've got it parked up and you're not using it, you could have a battery, so it keeps your memory on your radio and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? It's only like a normal car battery. And then you get your light box, and there'll be a little. You open boot it car, saying that, yeah. And there's a little thing, and you put your light box in, and you fasten it in so it don't fucking flap about. Plug cable in, and then that'll power your car. you have to charge the cunt up. You just go, yeah, fucking set thing, boom, and off you go. Drive until the fucking engine blows up in it, whatever. Electric motors burn out, never run out of power, will it? Well, if it run 2 hours, it's going to piss it. How many cars are going to fucking run off of one? You know what I mean? You could run about 20 cars off of one box. You know what I mean? It's going to change the world, mate. You know what I mean? I'm going to be hated, mate. I'm going to be fucking hated. They're going to want to fucking kill me. Well, like I was saying to you, right? There's 8 billion on planet. All roundabouts, give or take, might be decreasing more than increasing with current rate of fucking arm intrusions and rest of the bullshit in it and wars and that. You know, just saying. But you'll think, right? This is what I was saying to you. Duck maths, right? 8 billion on planet. So if you sell to 1 billion people globally a light box, which you can carry about, it's not much bigger. It'll be a bit bigger than that. I've got big hands, look. You know them 110 transformers, what they have on building sites? Them yellow box things, Pete?
Yeah.
It'll be them. That will run one of them. You can just carry it about with you. You know, thing you can do 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt, you want, you know what I mean? So you're in a house and that, right? You plug it into your thing, onto mains and that, because you have to have breaker things in and that, you know what I mean? I've got all that. I've invented it all, you know what I mean? Because it's got to be safe, ain't it? You know, fucking blowing up and that. Carrying it about or something, fucking setting on fire. And these are tests that I've gone through, you know what I mean? I've had a few failures, yeah. It's overheated, it's caught fire and burnt out. Yeah, don't worry about it, you know what I mean? Find out where I've gone wrong, modify it, you know what I mean? It's easy done. Just need more like suppressors in and things like that, you know what I mean? So like I'm putting fucking capacitors in and that, you know, capacitors, something like 450 volts, 900 volt capacitors, so they're holding a charge. So you're like, when it says, oh, don't be careful when you're fucking about, because there might be energy stored in back at telly or equipment and that, and there's a warning sticker on it. Well, the capacitor, you'll touch that and it fucking, you know what I mean? It fucking. So you put your finger on and touch both connections and that's fully fucking charged up. There's 900 volts in it. It's going to make you fucking dance like fucking Michael Jackson, mate. You know what I mean? It's going to get the fucking, it's going to liven you up that way. You'll be fucking, you will move quickly. You might not survive. Well, you probably won't survive. You'll be a bit crispy. It'll be shocking.
Will it make me moon?
Moonwalk, it'll make you fucking backflip, mate. Yeah, I moonwalk.
Oh, I don't know if I could do one of those.
You might even hit fucking moon. Depends how crispy you end up after. You'll end up like a chip that we fell out at bringing it back up. It's just like, it's not burning. It's been in there about 2 weeks, and you find this chip, and it's a little black thing about that big. It's fucking been on fire for about 2 weeks. Every time it goes over, pretty like that. Cremated. More than well done, put it that way. But yeah,
Char.
what I'm on, I've got my first stage done. So now what I'm on with is I've got the loop going on running laser. So then I'm left with like 2.5, 3 volts. So what I've got to do then is, what I'm doing is that's looping and then use a diode and that, right? And that then you send the current one way that always loops, yeah? And then you've got another current with your negative, because you've got to earth it out. So it's like got 3 prongs on it, you know what I mean? And it's like on a fucking, it looks like an amplifier, if you know, like an aluminium thing with fins on it and that. It's an heat exchanger that they're on and that. But there's multiple ones, because like you have to have there's different diodes to them and that and things and that. Then I've put resistors in between them, capacitors, and then suppressors. It has a resistor, suppressor, resistor, suppressor, resistor, suppressor, and 3 diodes, and it comes in, comes out, and then what I do is I take so much power that, like I said, that loops in from that laser, and then rest then goes into next bank inverter, then which then makes it to 9 or 12 volt, right? And then from that 9 or 12 volt, selecting on a button, there'll be a button thing, because you'll have high or low power. So it'll have a switch, a rocker switch saying high and low. So you put, say, so you've got on low power, so you run low power. Say, you know, on what it was 0 to 10 kilowatts, right? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10 kilowatts. So you can dial it in, you know what I mean? Say, I only use a couple of 3 kilowatts, so I'll set it at 3, 4 kilowatts, low power, so I don't overheat and all that. Because obviously the fuses and breakers in, so if it'll just trip out, so it don't blow up and explode or whatever, you know what I mean? Just like any normal appliance, because it's going to have to go through safety things, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's got to be safe, you know, when fucking in bed and it's setting on fire and that, you know what I mean? So, and sort of go with a bang, like, you know what I mean? Especially if you've got it running at fucking flat knacker at 10 kilowatt, like, it'll go with a rate fucking bang if that blows up. Blow up fucking house pieces. But yeah, and then what I do, I've got second stage inverter then, so that's 912 volts. So then, say, I don't know, you're out and about and something, like I've got camper van and that, I take it with me. I could run kettle, fucking all I want in it, you know what I mean? In the light box. Charge phones up and that, but if I'm not using mass power, I just put it on low power, set it at 912 volts, right at about 12 volts, same as van and that, you know what I mean, like a 12 volt battery, put your phone charger in, off you go, guys, you know what I mean? But then you've got another stage inverter then, that then goes to 110 volts, so like you bring in voltage up, because you've got to put so much in, right, to get it. But you can't just go from 5 to 220. You've got to. This is why I find, because I mean, it will, but it'll just burn out. It can't cope. It just can't do it. It can't cope. So by multi-staging it, bringing it up. So then, like, say you're a bit, like I said, it's a 110 transformer. So say you're a builder. You're not building site, you can have your fucking light box, because it's in a 110 thing, right? And it'll have 110, 240, 12 volt, 9 volt, blah, blah, blah. Different plug socket fittings, even for America and things like that. Oh, different, you know what I mean? Plugs. Oh, what? It'll have everything on. Even ones where you plug thing in, like, you know, with a big cable thing for fucking 110 machines and that, innit? Where you lift thing up and go like that, plug it in. Oh, what? It'll have everything on it and just set it to what you want. Boom, 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 boom. Piss, you know? And so you could go on a building site with it, right? And you could run all your 110 tools off it. Fuck all. You know what I mean? You don't even have to plug it into, because like to use a 110 transformer, you've got to plug it into mains, which then it converts it from 240 volts down to 110 volts, which is a transformer. It's a transformer, isn't it? Well, what I'm doing is I'm doing opposite. I'm taking either a direct current, which is not an AC is an alternating current where it's generated with a generator that spins around. I'm doing a direct current that you draw from a battery or something like that. But I'm not using batteries. What I'm doing is I'm using a direct current of light to perpetually run itself. So it just, once it starts, it keeps going. As soon as that beam comes on, it just keeps fucking going until you turn it off. You know what I mean? And then what I'm doing is rather than lowering power down, I'm raising power up. But it's not just about the volts, it's getting the amps. You need the ampage. Because like every appliances in the house, like your shower and things and all that, and your cookers, they're running on a 30 amp fuse. So it's got to be able to pump at least 30 amps out and things like that, which that's what I've been working. This is the hard bit. This is the hard bit. The amps. It's the amps. whatever voltage you have to put in, mate, you have to put double to get the fucking amp. There's a mathematical equation for it, but I'm not going to go into it now. It goes my head up trying to work it out. It fucking does my head in. But I get the end of that. But it's all doable and that. And then basically what I do is then when bank up from 110, then from that, because like I can imagine it's like a loop, the bound. So you've got inverter and inverter. So it's a triple bank that goes up in stages with amps and kilowatts and that and volts. So then last stages is a 220 to 240 volts, which will have a maximum power of 10 kilowatt. I reckon I could get about maybe 50 to 60, maybe 62 amps, which is massive, you know what I mean? So I'm going to piss, because basically what it is, if you heard of three-phase electrics. Have you ever heard of that? Three-phase electrics. It's more industrial, you know, like big industrial units and that drag heavy power. That's on a three-phase, whereas homes is on a single or two-phase electrics. Whereas like my workshop I've done it, it's got big massive equipment and, you know, because we've been wagons and, you know, haulage and everything. And all that's on a three-phase electric, you know what I mean? And it's hefty stuff. Well, that's what it's going to run on a three-phase, so it's hefty, you know what I mean? It's going to have some fucking whoosh in it, you know what I mean? It'll give you a fucking uppercut, mate, you know what I mean? It'll give you that, put it that way, if you stick your finger in it wrong, all of that. But yeah, it'll run on three-phase and that, basically, that's what it's going to be. But basically what it'll do is it'll do everything: single phase, two-phase, three-phase. It'll do 6 volt, 12 volt, 6 volt, 9 volt, 12 volt, 110 volt, 220, 240 volt, maximum capacity 10 kilowatt down to 0. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a beast. The problem I've got is sorry, don't overheat. And what I'm making is these things that I'm making now, these inverters, like, you know, like an amp, they're like an aluminium thing with fins on, aren't they? You know, like
No,
a
I know what you
motorbike.
mean. A lot of radiator vents. Yeah, help
Yeah,
it cool it down. Yeah,
but it's like an heat exchanger, so I've had to make bigger ones, if you know what I mean.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like a heat exchange, and it channels the heat away from the actual.
The more power you put through, the hotter it fucking gets, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even your phone, you know, like when we're live streaming and things like that or whatever, or charge up, you think, bloody hell, my fucking phone's that. Because the power that's going in it, you know what I mean? And you'll think they're all sealed up and that, so and they've got like little tiny heat exchangers in, but you know what I mean? They get fucking hot, it gets hot. It's power that's going in when you draw. If you draw it, it's when you're drawing it, you know. So if you're drawing it, this is why I need to amp it up. This is key to it. Heat exchangers that I need to make, and then just what I'm modifying now with ampage and that, it'll run cooler, if you know what I mean. So I was doing it before. It didn't have enough. It was just a test thing. It didn't have oomph in it. I need more. You know what I mean? I know what I need to do now. I said I need more resistors in it, suppressors. What I'm going to do is, instead of using one big hefty capacitor, I'm going to use multiple capacitors, but in different. It's not just voltage; it's IUs in it and that, or UFs or whatever. It's UFs and that. So it might be like, say, I've got capacitors that I'm using that are 450 volts over 150 UFs. So they're around about 8. So what I'll do is I'll use 2 of them, 450s and 150 UFs, which will give me 900 volts. So even though when you've turned it off, there'll be 900 volts stored in it. So as soon as you turn it off, this is why I say you don't need no batteries. So power that will be stored in capacitors, as soon as you turn it on, just set it all off again and that, you know what I mean? And then it'll charge them back up and store power. So unless it blows up, it'll not stop working unless you turn it on and off. You know what I mean? It'll be on or off, and that's it. Every now and again, you have to have it serviced and that, make sure the laser's clean and Ventura. You know what I mean? Because That's other thing. That's a hard thing that I've been inventing, and that's what I call a VC, which is a Venturial collector, and that Ventura's where I'm squeezing light through, accelerating light faster than the speed of light, separating it from dark matter, which is neuron. So I'm accelerating electrons beyond the speed of light, and then diverting neurons, which is dark matter, which is gravity. They have to go around because they want to come back and put it in. So basically, it's called fusion. That's what I'm doing. It's nuclear cold fusion by using light, by photons and that
What
separated
would you
electrons.
do? Where does the dark matter go?
It bypasses, it goes round and then reforms it back.
Oh, right.
See what?
Yeah. Okay.
Electrons are excited, so they charge up. So when you squeeze electrons through, they charge. But electron has no mass because it's just light energy. You know what I mean? It's just energy. So when you squeeze it, because the neuron, even though like relatively the same size and that, when I mean I've got pictures and video, you know, I've caught them and that with my experiments and that. You can play on the team and that. You see them all the time and that. You know what I mean? You just gotta know what you're looking for. And they're too heavy to go through. It's like, you know, a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, like a nuke when that goes off, right? When you watch it in slow motion, a nuclear bomb, you see a flash of bright, a brilliant, you know, 1,000,000,000 suns in it and intense light. And what happens is when you watch some of the experiments of nuclear bombs and that, right? Everything just sets on fire, like just combusts all of a sudden. It doesn't blow to pieces and that. It's just like lighting it up or something. It just starts, you know, flaming. It just sets on fire. And then, I mean, obviously in slow motion, you can, you know what I mean? But when it all happens in milliseconds, you know what I mean? You won't, you know what I mean? You won't even know. And what happens is then that's your electron that sets it on fire. That's energy. It burns it up. You know what I mean? So it sets it on fire. And then, because electrons being separated from neurons, and that's the idea of making a nuclear bomb by splitting electrons, you know, physics of it, and that they come in and that, and it just goes boom, and it just flattens it and blows it to pieces, and it goes and then sucks back in. You know what I mean? Because they're going, come here, and they want to grab all the electron and go and suck it all back, and that's why when you watch a nuclear bomb, it all sets on fire, and then blast comes, blows it up, and it goes, and then sucks all back in again.
Vacuum.
You know, yeah. That's how they work. I mean, I learned all this in CBRM, but I can show you loads of videos of, like when I'm testing them and that. And you see it building, you know, it sets on fire, and then all sorts of blast to pieces, and you can see all the blast coming, and it goes, and then all sucks back again, and that, and that's gravity. That's dark matter. It's gravity. It's everywhere. I believe I'm every day. I'm convincing myself even more of that, and I keep thinking about. I've mentioned it a few times to you, and keep dropping it in and that, those chats and that. But that song, Black Hole Sun,
Oh,
won't you
yeah.
come?
I'm always thinking of that all the time, mate.
Right, think
Always
about it.
thinking, every time I look at the sun, I'm always thinking of that. Ever since Bruce showed me, I had no idea that there was holes like that in the sun at all, right?
Yeah, well,
I knew of coronal holes. I'd heard them mentioned before, but I didn't realise the extent of. I didn't know. I didn't understand their vast size. And then when I saw for myself the size of some of these things, I was like, Jesus! And that song came to mind.
When you see pictures
I
of them
actually
and that,
watched it. I actually watched the link that you sent me of that song, and I listened to the lyrics again. I listened to it again.
right. Right.
And brought it all back.
What point I'm getting to is, you know that song Black Hole Sun and that.
Yeah.
This theory fucking batting about in my head for ages and that. And I keep going on about it, and like how they were saying, magnetic field and this and Earth's core is reversing and that crap. Well, I believe it is, right? And I'm going to bang on about it again. Because I keep thinking about it, you know, I'm laying in bed and it's like thoughts racing through my head all the time, you know what I mean? And things. I meditate. It's my way of meditating. I don't even actually sleep properly. I lay there thinking, you know what I mean? It's mad. But that's me, innit? It's my problem. But anyway, cut long story short, what I actually believe is, right, and this is what's led me into this theory, I've just been on about with my light box and things, and I've learned and looked into electrons and neurons because everything that we perceive or see, right, our eyes is basically a fucking camera lens. You know what I mean? They're camera lenses that light photons come in, right, and it goes down through your, you know, your optic nerve and that, or whatever, through your retina into your optic nerve to your pineal gland, which is in the middle of your brain inside your head in total fucking darkness, right? But yeah, you can perceive things and that, and even when you shut your eyes, you can have a vision, or you're asleep and you can perceive an image, can't you? And all that's created inside the middle of your head in your fucking pineal gland, you know what I mean? So when you're like now looking at me and I'm looking at you and we can see everything at once at world or whatever, our eyes are only perceiving the photons, the light and the frequencies coming in, which then travels down. It's like a fiber optic cable, isn't it, basically? And light travels down into pineal and it goes, oh yeah, that's that, this, that, other, blah, 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 blah. Within a fucking click of finger projects that image. And that's how pretty much it works, and everything works on that principle, right? So when you think of that thing, right, so you've got light, you've got dark, you've got light, yeah. So dark matter is invisible to naked eye. So when you're looking up at space and that, and you see all the stars and planets and everything, and you see this black void thing and that, well, what you're actually seeing is dark matter that perceives as darkness, sort of thing, but it's actually invisible because that's gravitational vacuum. It's invisible. That's dark matter. It's dark, so it perceives dark because you can see, if, you know, if you get the biggest fucking telescope, James Webb, or whatever, see as far as you can, but you'll still perceive that same darkness all the way through because it's invisible. It's just it's a vacuum, isn't it? It's gravity and anti-gravity at the same time. It's hard to explain, but mainly built of dark matter. Anti-gravity is dark. You've got dark matter, dark energy, right? This is what they're trying to find, right? It's fucking simple, isn't it? Dark matter is gravity, dark energy is the vacuum. Dark energy is the vacuum that holds the fucking dark matter, which is the fucking gravity, right? Then what surrounds dark matter? Why is it invisible? Light, because you can't see dark matter because of light. Because light's in way, it's like shining a fucking headlight in your face, and it's like, you know what I mean? If you were stood at the back of a torch and you were shining my eyes, I wouldn't be able to see it, but I'd be able to see light. So imagine the light, which is the torch shining at my eyes, is light energy, yeah, photon, yeah, electrons, yeah, and then you're holding torch and you're black and that, and you're a neuron, so then you're the dark matter, but I can't see the dark matter because the light's in front, if you know what I mean. So when you're looking at stars and things and stuff like that, or even whatever you can see illuminating, that's an electron, which is light and energy, which you can see. Like God says, let there be light. Yeah. So it lights it. But to think about it, everything's bound in a gravitational pull or something. And like planets and stars and all that, they're a sphere. And it's simple, right? Black hole sun. Yeah, Earth's core. It's a fucking neuron. It's dark matter. It's a fucking black hole. A black hole is a massive, it could be a tiny one, but it's still a neuron and a gravitational pull field. It's a neuron, it's a black hole, isn't it? A black hole, sun. So what's centre at sun? A black hole. What's centre at Earth? A black hole. It's not an iron ball. It's a
Do you think?
neuron.
Do you think do you think on what do you
Everything
think,
together, it just fly apart, wouldn't it? So there you go. Boom.
Joel? Do you think the sun? Do you believe this idea that the sun's some kind of gate?
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's what I'm saying. Think about it, mate. What we're seeing is light off the sun, yeah, which is an electron. Yeah, it's light, it's energy, it has gamma rays, alpha, beta, X, all coming off it, and that. It's plasma. Plasma is a light energy, a toroidal field. A toroidal field, right? This is where when I'm doing them experiment things and that. Everything I've got components in there, what I'm fucking about with it. Well, a toroidal field is a magnetic center, so you've got a central point which is a dot, right? Around that dot, you've got a ball. Right? Around that ball is energy, light, plasma, neurons, electrons rather, and that central point is a neuron, which is dark matter, a magnetic field, an EMF. You know what I mean? Electromagnetic frequency, and that central point owns, right, a toroidal field which circulates around, and it's like Earth, like Earth, it's, magnetic field around it. If you could see it, I mean, obviously it's invisible, but you can see it. It's like a donut that comes out, so it's like an hole at the bottom and an hole at the top, and it all comes out around it like that around the bottom, doesn't it? Well, that's exactly how a toroidal field works. It's light, plasma, energy, but depending on light, we can only see certain light frequencies. So if it's infrared or ultraviolet, we can't see it with our naked eye. So even though you can't see it, it don't mean it's not there, and it is. And all it is, it's like a magnet in the middle with electric spinning around it like that, and it makes like a donut. And that's basically it. Everything is built on that. It's called a fucking dipole. Dipole and toroidal field, right? It's an electromagnetic frequency. It's a light energy surrounding the magnetic force. And what's that magnetic force? Dark matter, a neuron. I've spent fucking years studying this shit, mate. You know what I mean? And it's all, Roger's got the
Sounds
same.
like it as well, mate. Sounds like it as well. I wish I knew some of this stuff that you know, man. I should research more, honestly. I really should.
I can learn you everything I know, Pete. I can learn you because at the end of the day, it's no good me just keeping it all to myself and then fucking say I pop my clogs and that, take it to grave. What good's that?
I always found it weird, even as a kid. You get told never to look at the sun, don't you? But in those moments where you just happen to glance up at the sun just for a few seconds, I always noticed, and I always thought to myself, growing up as from a kid, why is it that I'm seeing a sun that's supposed to be so bright for a second as a pure black disc, and you can see how perfectly round it is because you
You've
just
got it.
me personally anyway, I've looked at the sun, I've just glanced at it, and you see a black disc, and then it just gets matched over by this light that's blinding your eye, and then
it's the energy, that's the electrons, right? You can't see dark matter because at light, when God says let there be light,
yeah,
it eliminated all the dark matter,
just interesting anyway. You see it like that.
the gravitational field, and then lights, it's basically, like these ancient paintings and things that you see in caves and all that, it's all over the world. And the spirals, aren't there? You see a lot of spirals, isn't it? In ancient stuff, and they're painting these spiral things, and
Yeah,
even the lines have got spirals everywhere, aren't there? Spirals. What's all these spirals about? Vikings even know what spirals are. It's a magnetic center where fucking toroidal electroplasmatic light energy fucking field circling around it, which causes a vortex, a swirl, isn't it? Spiral. It's like we put a plug out of bath and it makes a vortex, or a tornado. It's a vortex, a swirl, isn't it? Well, that's what they are. It's just a fucking swirl. It's a vortex spinning around. Anti-gravity in a UFO, what is it? Mercury spinning around fucking magnet things like that, creating fucking energy through a toroidal field. A toroidal field, yeah, creating energy through a vortex. Wow. Anti-gravity. Gravity, anti-gravity, you know what I mean? You do it right, you can reverse it. That's where you dark energy, you know what I mean? So you've got your dark matter, so you use dark matter in centers, spin Mercury down, ultimate. You know what I mean? Spin it up to a ridiculous speed as, I don't know, maybe 180,000 RPM or something like that. Ridiculous and that. And it causes this toroidal field and that, which then probably revert, you know, it creates dark energy. So that's the opposite to, it's anti-gravity. You've got dark matter, which is gravity, and then dark matter, which is anti-gravity. You know what I mean? So you've got to repel. It's like getting two magnets, isn't it? You get them and they go, turn pole polarity, they go like, you can't
Yeah.
push them. You know what I mean? It's that. If you can do that with magnets, why can't you know what I mean? Look, come on, bro. We've been lied to. We've been lied to, mate. We're being lied to. I don't tick boxes, fuck boxes. I jump on them. I burn them in my log burner boxes. I don't like being in a box. I get scared at dark.
Do you know when I didn't even know about anything like maglev trains or anything like that used magnets, but I remember being intrigued by the way magnets attract and repel each other when you turn them over. And I remember having these. I had like two ball bearing shaped magnets, but I had these two disc shaped ones, the same size.
Yeah.
And I noticed when you put them round the edge, when you move them round the edge, they try to pull each other inwards, and then that if you let go of them, they'd flip round and they'd come together. So I got them. I got them in this. I got them in this plastic container, right? I put one facing that way, and I put one facing the other. And I thought, oh, one day if I can get them to sit in there right, would the other one inside the plastic cylinder just float there, like, you know what I mean? So I had to put a bit of weight on top of it. It kept on flipping at first inside the thing. Eventually I got it to, and I thought to myself when I'm watching it like balance like that with the gap in between it, I thought somehow this could be a technology where like a floating sort of technology. But I wasn't smart enough to figure out how to get it to propel forward. Like, you know what I mean? You've got the lift so you can hover on a track somehow. But how could you get the propulsion?
Like I heard about, and this is thing, and I discovered that when you're reporting like how the, I think, is it Japan or something? They've got a fucking train or something like a monorail.
And how I've been told is the somehow
magnet,
the electric like changes poles and that's how it shifts across or something like that.
oh, it's like a fucking other train, doesn't it? It's somewhere in Japan, it goes fast as fuck, right? You know what I mean? And that's a similar thing, but it only works like as far as our technology as we know works and that. I mean, obviously, saying that already, well, come on, you know what I'm getting at, like, but the basic shit that we're fed, you know, the theory is, which is true, you get a magnet, it'll only oppose itself. The further it comes in contact, if it's opposite of poles, it'll repel it. The harder you try and close that gap, the harder it'll repel, and it goes unstable, doesn't it? Wants to jump about because it's unstable. But the proof is in the pudding, just for that simple thing. And basically, what I'm saying is on that small scale, it only works to a certain limit. Whereas if you move away, then there is no effect. It's because you have to have some opposing thing, and that's where these anti-gravity comes in, and that where by using a vortex, right, or a swirl or a spiral, you know, and creating it's a distortion, right? Basically, these UFOs, and Bob Lazar's rating what he was saying, mate. It's not because I watch too much Bob Lazar. It's just I've watched things, I've watched this, I've watched that. And through my own stuff that I fucked about with since I've been a kid, the magnets, getting magnets out speakers and fucking about with, it's fucking about, innit? It's learning, innit? And if you don't fuck about something, you're not gonna fucking learn now.
Yeah.
And I use your fucking noodle and that, innit? Go, inquisitive, innit? You know what I mean? It's inquisitive, you know what I mean? That's what I said, I'm fucking nosy and that I want to know everything and that. Not in a but it's just like, what's this? What's that? How's that work? I want to know. You know what I mean? I'm just interested. I'm curious. You know what I mean? How's it work? If there's no thing, what's doing? What's making it work? I want to know. You know what I mean? But we're always told a lie, and that's part of this shit that we're living in, it? Which, in my views, we all need to go, oh, that's enough. We've had it. We'll take over from now, if you don't mind. Everybody stand up on globe and say, fuck this nonsense. You're done. Get rid of all these clowns. And we could just run the show. We could trade food and this, work together and that. Like ancient times, how they used to do trade things, you know what I mean? We don't need currencies already. More money, more problems, isn't it? You know what I mean? There's ways of doing it, and the old-fashioned way in my eyes. But yeah, basically, if a magnet can do that, right, Pete, yeah, and oppose itself or attract itself, yeah, by reversing it. So say the threatening, Earth's pole's going to flip and revert, right? So obviously that can flip. What's causing that? 100% we don't know. I've got a few ideas, but my guess is as good as anyone else's. But I've got some good theories, and but like if that can flip, anything can flip. So you can have an opposing effect, basically, can't you? So say like Earth pole flips. Let's take in this is something that they don't take into consideration. So if pole flips on Earth, right? Any other fucking planetary body, star or whatever, moon and that, asteroids, whatever, well, they'll all, because they're rotating. If it's rotating and causing inertia, right? So it's a spiral, swirl, isn't it? It's creating a frequency and energy because it's inertia, like a generator, really, isn't it? It creates an electrical wave, a frequency. Yeah. So when everything all cocks up and tips upside down, this other, one thing's going to affect another, this, that, other, blah, blah, blah. Is this maybe why some heavy bombardments had happened in as, previous history, maybe 4.5 billion years ago, which I found out, I've been saying for a long time, at least 13.8 billion years. Well, I found out yesterday, proved through James Webb Telescope, we're actually 22.6 billion years old, our solar system. So that's blown everything else again out at water again, isn't it? So forget your 4.5 billion. Maybe 4.5 billion years ago, that were the late heavy, the heavy bombardment, and then the late heavy bombardment. So maybe 22.6 billion years ago, the solar system formed and this that over. And what we look at as Milky Way, but when you get a good telescope, you can see that band through Milky Way arm in it with stars in that and colours and cloudy thing and that. That's not what you think it is, right? That is the Sagittarius galaxy getting devoured by the Milky Way. It's not the arm of the Milky Way. That's another galaxy that we're seeing that's getting consumed in our galaxy that's colliding. Like Andromeda will eventually emerging because our galaxy, where we are now, our solar system and our planets shouldn't even be here where it is, and that's an emergence, and that we're actually part of the Sagittarius constellation. The Sagittarius constellation is not the Sagittarius. That is a galaxy. That when you're seeing that Milky Way, right, that is a galaxy that's going. Imagine you've got our galaxy here, right? Yeah. And you've got another galaxy that went like, and it's merging and that's what we're seeing. Oh, I've been telling you, mate. Swirls, think about it, galaxy swirls round, doesn't it? Everything goes like that. You know what I mean? Your washing machine goes round. When you plug out sink, it goes round. Tornado goes round. World goes round. Everything goes round.
Clockwise, isn't it?
Universe, yeah? Universal law.
Or is it
Yeah,
clockwise? I think. So
acceleration.
tornadoes are clockwise or anti-clockwise, or does it depend on?
The only planet, right, in our solar system at the moment that spins actually, we're spinning anti-clockwise with a rotation of anti-clockwise. The only planet that spins clockwise is Venus, which Jupiter supposedly gave birth to Venus, which Velikovsky and I've got that theory that 3,600 years ago, so you know, as short as in a cosmos, you know, in a squint eye cosmos and that, 3,600 years, it's not even a little trickle off the end of your fucking nose, you know, dribble a snot up your nose, is it? Fuck off. But he said that Jupiter, and it's in ancient Greek texts and other texts and that Jupiter gave birth to Venus. So if you say, right, so this is Jupiter, right? And Jupiter's rotating around, you know, anti-clockwise like that. And then, you know, it's got moons and that, hasn't it? And so, you know, this is Venus and that. It's not to scale, is it? You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? It's like two opposing cogs. So, if that one's rotating that way, it makes that one rotate the opposite way, doesn't it? Like that. Yeah, so if Jupiter gave birth to Venus and that, when it's, you know, splat it out, it's made it roll off like that. So it sent it going, whoo, you know what I mean, right? Other way. And because there is, we're going to have to do a deep dive on this and that. I can prove it. You know that big scar on Mars that looks like well, it's a gigantic Grand Canyon, isn't it?
Did
Like
they say a
so,
laser fucking weapon or something in a war fucking supposed to have made? Yeah, the one you're on about, yeah.
I think the Grand Canyon on Earth, right? Because when you listen to Randall Carlson, he's on about all these floods that come over it and all that around, you know, right? I think the Grand Canyon and the massive Grand Canyon, or whatever they call it, on Mars, were made by Venus when it come, and it was described in Bible as a fiery comet, right? And it made electrical plasma discharges, right? I've done diagrams, I'll show it in there. And it was closer to Mars than Earth, you know what I mean? When it's come shot through.
So it's got spewed out and then just settled in our solar system.
Imagine the biggest motherfucking motor possibly imagine, right? Discharging from fucking Venus, ripping past fucking Mars and Earth, right? And because it was nearer to Mars than Earth, it's fucking on, fucking zapped that with a big thing, blasted that big scar, blew Mars to pieces. That's why it fucking, you know, 3,600 years ago, Mars was fucking finished. That was it. Venus wiped it, right? And it did the same to Earth and ripped that big fucking sky at Earth, which is Grand Canyon. And we had a flood, cataclysm, which was in Bible, which is all a bit tits up and, you know, they're saying it with this and that, but I reckon that's more plausible to me. And then as it shot past, I think on it spinning backwards and that, so friction and that, it's ended up coming around, shooting around, and then getting caught by Earth's fucking gravitational pulls, and then sat itself where it is to this fucking present day in orbit around the sun. And but it's the only planet that's spinning backwards, and the reason why Venus is probably so hot is, imagine you're trying to get up an hill and car haven't got enough power, and you're going, woo, and hill's trying to pull you back down, and wheels are going, woo, and spinning it. Well, it's like it's going one way in rotation or other planets, but spinning opposite way, because like as we're going around that rotation,
yeah, point.
going with the flow, whereas that's going. It's like fucking wheel
Yeah,
spinning.
yeah.
And
I hear
it
what
is
you're
your
saying. I hear what you're
and that
saying.
side. And I reckon 3,600 years ago, when the baby was going through its orbit at this particular time, and this is where things get mixed up and all that, because it's not first time it's come through. It's called Wormwood, the crossing, isn't it, Planet X? And it's come through, and this time where its orbit was, and I've done diagrams. I'll show it. I'll fucking show it. We'll do a thing on that, right? I will dig it out. As it's come through, because it like our planes and elliptical planes and that around the sun and that, because like sun's rocketing and spinning through solar system and that. So you'll think galaxies are swirled, so we're not just sat here in moving. Where the sun moves, we're moving with, so we're like spiraling around it like out planets. So it's like as that's traveling along on a linear line, we're going like that, you know what I mean? And following it on. But Nibiru comes from a different plane, a big long elliptical plane.
It's a different orbit, isn't it, Joel? It's like more like a rugby ball shaped sort of orbit,
Yeah,
supposed to be, isn't it?
yeah, it's cool. But I think this particular time, 3,600 years ago, when it did all this to Mars and finished Mars off, wrecked fucking Earth at the same time, that, and then obviously, you know what I mean, things evolved from wherever. What it did was it was coming through with Neptune and Uranus and all that, and Saturn and everything, and Jupiter, all planets in the position around thing, because they're not all going around in a straight line together. They're all, different periods of time. Some take years and that, to go around, hundreds of years or something, maybe Pluto or something to go around, you know what I mean? This particular time, 600 years ago, as Nibiru come flying in, because they described it as like the winged disc, in it. It's like a red fucking planet with fucking like a pair of wings coming off it, which is like dust blowing off it or whatever, you know what I mean? I've done some 8 diagrams on it. If I had it here now, I could show you and explain it. And so I'm like trying to reel it out my head to you, if you know what I mean. But I think what happened is it's come through, it's tipped fucking Neptune on its side, because that's the only other planet to Venus, but it does orbit the same rotation as all they all go around the sun on the same rotation, right? Anti-clockwise. But like say Earth's poles, it's on a bit of a tilt, isn't it? You actually go off in yourself. Well, Venus is like that, so it's going like that, spinning round. It's like rolling like that as it goes along. Right? And I think when the Beatles come out, it's gone whoop, and fucking flip that over, right?
You know what, Joel? When I'm hopefully gonna come and see you next weekend, and we are gonna have so much to talk about, so much to talk about. Trust me, we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. I just know it. Honestly, I can't wait for the next weekend to come.
These are my theories. These are what I've watched this, I've watched that. I've sat there. I
These
thought,
sort of things interest me, and it's nice to know that you think a lot about these things as well.
I
You know,
try and look at it on a scientific level, but more so on just a general common sense level. I mean, I don't know. Just if you think about it, it's like you think, well, it's really complicated. If you just like break it down and just think in natural laws and physics in a simple basis, think, well, if that works like that and that works like this, then probably that's why that's like that. So it's like, you need to be fucking Einstein. You don't need to be Nikola Tesla, or you could be a fucking wazzock like me, but yet know more than most fucking people do, and that's all because I keep them fucking up and I use that.
yeah.
So I'm still alive, innit? Say what you see, mate. Just think, if you just everybody like just takes time. I mean, you don't have to go. Oh, I'm going to do this. Just, you get a fucking idea. Yeah, just take time to think. And just make your sense still in your head. And just like however form you want to do it. I don't go like that. I just go. well, you don't even know. I'll be sat there and I'll go, oh, what a great idea and that. Yeah, fucking hell, it might be this and that. Other. It just comes like that. You know what I mean? Just by common fucking sense. You know what I mean? I think, well, if A's B and this, it's fucking easy, mate. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's why I used to piss teachers off at schools. It's like, you know what I mean? I just wind them up. It's like, just think, well, fucking awkward, like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
I just said to him, look, I don't need to know this shit, sir, and that's not going to help me build a fucking brick wall, is it? You know what I mean? I know, it's just the job of that. You know what I mean? I've got me, I'm set in my ways, I've got my own fucking thing and that, you know what I mean? I've seen too much shit, violence and death and crap like that, and I'm just like, fuck this. Crap, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna go my own way and that. I'll make my own fucking religion, my own fucking idea. I don't need no, you know what I mean? I mean, like, I'm not dissing anybody, you know what I mean? I believe in what I believe in, yeah, I believe there's God. My God's my God, you know what I mean?
Do you think we'll see? Do you think we'll see religions fall apart in our time?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think it's already happening a bit.
I do as well.
I think it's already happening and that. I mean, I'm not saying nobody's gonna go, oh, I'll never believe in God or not like that again.
Oh, yeah.
Just think how people were taught to worship and that.
There's apparently a worship gene, isn't there?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's like how we've been programmed. Oh, God, you know, like years ago, it was like you had to go to church on a Sunday. You had to say your grace. You know, you couldn't eat no without going, fucking, I thank you for the food and that, blah, blah, and all that crap. All that shit's died to death, innit? You know what I mean? It's all died to death. But I don't disrespect, and I'm not, I mean, look, but I'm saying that I don't want to offend anybody or myself, really, because I believe what I believe in, and I believe in God. But my God's my God, and my God is not what most people worship. My God's my God, the real God, the Force.
The force,
The
isness, the isness.
The Source, it's actually named the Source, isn't it? The Source. Where do you think Lucas got all his ideas from? The Source, the Force, isn't it? It's everything that binds us, combines us, surrounds us, and that without it, we won't exist, correct? Gravity, electrons, neurons, photons, energies, frequencies, you know, but everything surrounds us, binds us, combines us, gives us our intelligence, our insight to, you know, detecting whether it's danger or good or bad, or, you know, these senses and heights and science and things and that, you know what I mean? So part of that, very clever man, was George Lucas. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's deep, I know it's deep and that, but that's how deep do you want to go? I mean, I can send you down an 8 whirlpool of fucking shit that's just gonna blow your fucking mind, you know what I mean? And that,
Yeah.
it'll just blow your mind. But I fucking, even I lay there and I think, fuck me, I wish I never fucking knew this shit now, because it's like sometimes it scares me. It's like, cause I know what danger's coming or whatever. This is why I need to get this light box up and running, right? We need to get a fucking thing live, not recorded shit. So we've got to batch it back fucking live, right? People there witnessing it, and I'll fucking power whatever I've got fucking every tool equipment. I'll plug out fucking house into the current, right? And I'll fucking prove it the fucker works, right? And once I fucking prove this is it, mate. And that's what I'm saying to you.
Piper's just coming.
Hey, Pete, think about it, mate. 8 billion people on the planet, yeah? You sell, right, one of these light boxes to 1 billion out of that 8. So there's still 7 billion people on the planet without one. And you sell 1 billion, yeah, 8 at £3,000, yeah, that's 3 fucking trillion fucking quid, mate.
Yeah, that is a lot.
He's the richest fucking bloke on planet ever to this fucking present day.
Mm.
I'll be taking piss out of Musk, piss out of Trump, piss out of lot. All their money combined, what they've got won't be more than what I fucking eat a week, you know what I mean? Why I want you on my fucking journey with me? Listen, even my dad, that's why he's got monk on a bit. He's had it on for a bit with me, and that is good. If you keep going ahead with this, what you're doing, they're going to fucking kill you, you know what? I went, I know. He went, well, aren't you bothered? I went, well, yeah. He went, well, why don't you just fucking get on with that? Because I don't want no shit coming to my house and that. I went, don't worry about it, fucking hell. No, I'm fucking going anyway. So his ass has fell out. He not serious on it. He knows that I've been watching big government a lot, Pete, mate. I've had some 8 after the last 12 months, mate. I've had fucking Jones outside house police and that, you know what I mean? Fucking, if you only knew what I've been going, I've got it under control. Well, I think I have. I hope I have anyway. It's called checkmate. Yeah.
I was going to say, man, you're going to stick a light on or something, man. I can't see it.
That's my fucking phone thing and that, yeah. See, I'm on my tablet. Shit. I'm just charging my phone up and that, So fucking, I've hammered it and that. I've had it sat here for over an hour plugged into the charger, and I looked. In fact, I ain't even turned the current on again. That's what I was just about to say. I've been sat here for an hour and I looked and I thought, I ain't even turned the current on and it's plugged in and that. And I've just looked again. I ain't even turned it back. I ain't even turned it on. I've just turned it on now. What a fucking divvy, man. It's that whiskey, isn't it? Yeah. I'm fucking smasheroo. No, I'm alright. I could. Something. I feel like going for a drive. Drive our last route, Ben. Hey,
Is Julie in bed? She's gone to bed, has she?
She'd probably be laying in bed watching and that. She'd be thinking, will this fucking idiot shut up? Not you. I mean, me, Pete. You know what I mean? She'll be talking about me and saying this fucking, I forget. I've just got my daft head on today. I feel quite happy actually. It's because it's rain. It's fucking pissing it down with rain outside. I always get it. It's because I'm stuck in, bored, mate. And I'm wanting to fucking get out and do something. And it's fucking pissing it down with rain. So I'm stuck in the house thinking about. And it's like, I don't know what to do with myself. It's like, I'll start doing this and I'll start doing that. Then I'm doing this, then I'm doing that. And it's like, no, it's just like, well, what are you doing with that now? It's like, oh, leave it, I haven't done that yet. Right, I'll come back to it in a minute. And it's like, I'll start, I can't help it. It's like a multitasking it. You know what I mean? Instead of just doing one thing at one time, it's like, right, I'll do this and I'll do that. And fucking, you know what I mean? I'll be there washing pots, balancing plates, doing this, doing that all at once. And I'm like a fucking octopus, mate. You know what I mean? How to work on the surface, isn't it? It's like, what is it on Total Recall? He goes, why you make me wish I had 3 hands? You know what about, don't you? That dude and that Bennett and that. And she's in finger full stop. You make me wish I had 3 hands.
Yeah, I know.
You, Bennett. Oh, yeah. Open your mind. Queen and that, open your mind. The better tune out, ain't there? Open your mind. Open your mind.
Oh, I put it in the tune, then I put that sample in the tune. Yeah. Did you notice? Did you notice I put that in the tune? Is that why you're saying that?
Well, no, actually,
I put it in the MK Ultra tune. I ain't fucking finished still, but yeah, it's in there, man. It just came to me. That's just amazing. That connection is how you've said that. You know what? You're telling me now that you've never heard that sample when I've played my progress on that tune, and the way you've just sung it then is how I put it in the tune. So that's like mad. Wow.
yeah, we're in frequency on wave, innit? And that's why, you know what I mean? I mean, I didn't know you from Adam a few months back, did I? You know what I mean? It's like,
Literally.
I'm always saying this, and nobody will ever change my mind, right? You meet people, right, and things happen, and this, that, other, and changes, whatever, right? And everything happens for a reason, and that is a destiny.
For sure.
To a connection that it was written. It's a path, you know, a destiny in it. You know what I mean? And I've met people all over the place in that, right? And some are good, some are bad, some come, some go, and that. But I think, you know, through, I mean, like you'll think, how we've met each other just by off chance through internet, through Bruce and that. But even though it all went a bit sourpuss, it's not really, you know, it's not affected us as in, oh,
No,
follow that.
I know what you're saying. It spawned a few seeds, and we know it's even now, and it's taken us in.
You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
totally
I
know.
probably never, you would have never met me. We would have met Matt. I would have met
It's
Matt.
mad.
You
It's mad how we both. It's interesting how we've both brought him up in this stream
know?
for different reasons. Because I was earlier while I was eating my tea. Well, after I finished my tea and before I came back on, I was actually reminiscing on what happened and where it went wrong, and it so much so that it made
Tell
me
me.
actually go back to Bruce's channel to see if that video he made is still on there, and he's left it on there, and I listened to it, and then I went to my one that caused it all, and I know where I went wrong. I know where I went wrong. It was
Listen, we
just
all
storing in my. It was just stuff that what I realised what is my main mistake was I realised that in order for people to mention in the stream that Bruce was on there, right, he must have been in the chat somewhere. So because I couldn't find him in there because I didn't scroll enough to see his message, I naturally thought that somehow someone had seen that he'd been on and then he'd come off and gone without saying hi bye sort of thing. But it was just a case of me not scrolling down to find his message or messages. And then I'd already had stuff going around in my head anyway. Like I said in that stream, me and you'd already started saying prior to me fucking saying what I said. Hey, do you think like maybe something's up? And you was like, yeah, I think something's like holding him back or making him be a bit hesitant on things or just behaving
yeah.
in a different way, somewhat. And that, on top of me not seeing that he was still there to say hi and all that, just flared me off. And that's where I went wrong in all that. You know, that's the only crime I've done here, the only bad I've done here, right?
Hold on.
There hasn't been no like conspiracy get together behind the scenes to overthrow him or his channel or whatever. There ain't been none of that. There ain't no premeditated plan or anything like that. It just happened the way it happened. And unfortunately, he chose to go, and that's it. I don't want to know you anymore. Sort of vibe to everything. And I was like,
Like,
okay, well, if you want to keep doing that and you want to keep piling on the shit and lying about me, trying to say that I'm lying about you, I'm done with you, son. Sorry. And his brother, good brother, fair play to him defending him and everything. Brothers are brothers, aren't they? But he's actually a good guy and he's hearing me out. And he actually hopes that in the future, me and Bruce can maybe sort it out one day. And I do. I still do to this day.
honest, I wish
How,
you answered.
how am I going to do that? How is that ever going to happen when it would seem, at least to this day, Bruce is still being stubborn? Because Margaret only had to say something on Jason's channel, and as soon as it got back to Bruce, he flared off. So how do I stand a chance? How do I stand a chance if that's the way it's going to be?
Yeah, well, that's what she said. I'll tell you what, right? God bless her and that. You know what I mean? She's a lovely woman and that. But it's upset bloody Marge, all this shit. It's upsetting, mate. She's a good person, is Marge. We all are, you know what I mean? I mean, that's what I'm saying. I've been totally honest with you, mate. With everybody and that, and I'm not lying and that, but I'm a bit pissed off and upset and sour how it's all fucking turned out because I find it rather fucking stupid and childish, really.
Of course, yeah.
And
I
it boils down to this misinterpretation, understanding, whatever, you know, that fear, jealousy, whatever fucking drives it, man, you know, have something to do with women, blokes falling out woman, or two women falling out, but, you know, same old shit, innit? Misunderstanding. Well, my shit, six man, your shit.
yeah, yeah.
It's pathetic.
It's
And
like,
what's upset me about it is especially you as well, Pete, and I said, because it's always fucking Pete that gets fucking slated most and that. It's fair dues, I'm to blame. They don't really, you know what I mean? Don't go, oh, give me a stick in that. And that's like one of my little hints, like when I says to Dave Waffle, I goes, oh, it's all right, Dave. Don't, you know what I mean? If you ever want to fucking scapegoat, oh, blame it on fucking me instead of Welsh and that, instead of that. And he's like, oh yeah, well if it's on, blame it on Joel, he's all right. But that was like my little secret little fucking Easter eggy fucking in things, innit? Well, blame it on me. Everybody else fucking usually does anyway. But like you, innit, Pete? They always, oh, fucking blame. Yeah, they're daft enough to take blame. Yeah, it's all right. Fucking whacking off a duck's back, innit? Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. You know, even if I wasn't there, I'm like, well, it were you. Well, I was other side it will. Nah, well, it were fucking you. You were there. How can I ever know? In Australia, other side it will. You were fucking there. All right, I was there. Okay. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's how I feel. It's like, yeah, all right, with me. You know, agreed to disagree or disagreed to fucking agree or whatever. You know what I mean? Fucking bullshit, innit?
yeah. So, you know, how he said he was hurt and everything. And that,
Yeah,
you know,
well, kind of.
but and then I go on because I was screaming for the off as soon as I started to realise where this was going and who it was about, what it was about. I was screaming to come on straight away because I was like, straight away, I was like, as soon as my name was mentioned and what he started talking about, I was like,
That
oh,
what you're.
I, I got
That's
hurt
me.
even more then because I was like, oh shit, I've really pissed him off and I didn't
That,
mean to. Right, you know what I mean? Right?
it goes to
And then for me to come on, for me to eventually get on that bloody stream and talk things out, even though certain things that should have been spoken about and straight ironed out straight, right, didn't get mentioned, right? We at least came as to what I thought anyway, we came to some sort of an understanding where it was before I departed away from that stream. He said, let's be bygones, and we'll just forget all about it. Right? Anyone that isn't contributed to his stream and doesn't know him that well is just getting to know him because they're new to his channel, or all them ones that have known him for a long time. More importantly, yeah, right. should be able to see, to some extent at least, right, that he's just agreed that what's just happened here has somewhat been resolved to a point where we see eye to eye now, and he just wants to sweep it under the under the rug, just bygone, put it behind us. You know what I mean? He said that. He said that in his own words. He said that we'll just forget about it. You're not blocked and all that, right? So we got that. So we got that, ain't we? But then to come on another fucking stream and say, have his brother pop up out of nowhere. Oh, I got my brother coming on, and then start talking with his brother. Yeah, he sabotaged my channel and all this stuff. I mean, he didn't say motherfucker, but you know, that's the way that it was his attitude. He's like, oh, he sabotaged my channel. And I'm like,
oh, innit?
Bruce.
Sorry, Pete. I'm just saying, if Bruce and that.
We just resolved shit, man, and now you're back on it saying I sabotaged your channel. Go on, what?
Mate, you know what I mean? Don't fuck about, you know what I mean? You got problems, you got fucking problems. Don't take it out of me or fucking Pete or anybody else and that, right? Just fucking paranoid. Sorry, like.
Mate, I could not fucking believe that. That was the one thing I could not believe, for him to go, everything's all resolved.
Yeah, it's fucking turned out, right? Fucking more sensible than this and that. I think fucking go. You know what I mean? No, don't do.
It's messed, man. Look, I glanced down how long it's been. 3 months, man. It seems longer than
that. No more bullshit, you know what I mean? That's how I look at it, right? Bygone, you know what I mean? If you want to kiss and make up with, whatever, that's fair dues. Respect. But I'm not playing Muppet baby games and that, you know what I mean? I don't do shit like that. It gets me fucking mad. I mean, I've got shit with fucking council and fucking rest of bullshit and neighbours and that, innit?
Some people, when I talk with them, say it's not worth it. Just carry on.
Yeah, well, same.
But then I think to myself,
I've been in army and things like that, and it's not. I'm going over in army.
You know, when you've gone along with somebody and you look up to them and you really think they're great and everything for so long, and then you make an error and then it upsets you to realise you've upset them, and then instead of them being a civil grown up adult and fucking properly fucking sorting it out like the adult that you saw them for, right? And then just going, no, you hurt me, fuck you, I don't want to know you. You're the one that's the bad one in all this, and I ain't no wrong, and I don't want to resolve it properly, and just start throwing all the fucking poison my way, saying I'm the bad one. And then I'm like, really? And then I started thinking, do I really even want to fucking be friends with somebody like this now if you're going to be like that? But at the same time, I'm like, I still want properly. Something within me still wants to go, no, listen here, Bruce, right? Either, right, you know, cleverly enough, you know, deep down inside that you realise now, at least by now, where I've gone wrong and where you've gone wrong, right? Or you just simply do not fucking give a flying fuck, right? It would seem about most people for whatever reason, because look at how I've been towards you prior to this year, right? And it's like you want to just fucking flip it over like that for and for what, man? Because apparently I've hurt you because I said all this fucking stuff. They never really needed to. I still feel like I want to grab the guy and go, listen, man, right? I still want to be your friend. I've never tried to fucking do you wrong or anything like that. I'm sorry I hurt you, right? I still feel like doing that. I still feel like trying to see if I can rekindle stuff and still be friends with you. I don't know what it is. You know, fucking my humane being the way I am or whatever it is, you know, I just feel like That's what
empathy,
needs to be done. You know, because I still think somewhere in there he's a decent fucking bloke. You know what I mean? That
I just
aside,
look
again, I
at
still
it,
think what he's doing is great. I think what he's doing, he's channeling that. I think it's ace,
right?
right?
I'm
It's just a
the
shame
time
like that.
to you things and that, right? Even though everything that's happened and all that, I respect the guy because what he does is, you know, he's good. He's fucking good at what he, you know, he's good, Pete, and that's, you know,
I
I
need
can't.
to
Me
hold on.
personally,
Carry on, I'm listening.
away from Bruce, right? He's bloody good at what he does, right? Because I won't be able to do it. Running his things how he does and that. And bloody things, you know, pictures where he gets at moon and that. So, you know, it's bloody good stuff and that stuff to get. It's good shit, you know what I mean? But I think for me, what spoilt it is all this silly billy shit, innit? You know what I mean?
Mm,
Baby playground crap, innit? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because fucking trolls or whatever, you know what I mean? That's what they're doing, innit? They're there to fucking wind shit up. I'd sooner rather let them try and wind shit up, and then wind them up trying to wind shit up, and then us have last laugh in it, and then they get fed up and
it's
they
like
fuck off. You know what
it's
I
like
mean?
mate, watching him for so long, talking about the moon, talking about the sun, talking about UFOs, the UFO report, and all these
Bruce,
secret projects and all that sort of thing, and hearing him talk about all the interesting stuff that we talk about, and being civil and adult about it, and then seeing him in a certain way, right, and then I
you
make an
know,
error somewhere and it fucking teases this other fucking side to him that I never even knew could ever exist in the bloke.
yeah.
Like, it
Look,
took me to make that error, right? That small little error that he blew out of proportion to tease that side of him out of him. And for whatever reason, because I don't fucking know, that just came out of fucking
mate,
nowhere, man.
I'm not going to spell it out, but you all should be able to remember other day, and you went fucking hell, he might be right, mate, and that. Basically, it goes down. So it's been hurting past, innit?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was digging deeper. Why the hell, before I even flared up,
That shows
why
now
I'm sensing that this, I don't know what it is. And I found out that,
it feels
yes,
like to me,
somewhere
it's like
there's some family trauma somewhere, but
would you
obviously
agree
there
with
isn't.
this, yeah? Or you know, if I said this, right, would you agree on this, right? Like I was on about. We aren't going into massive detail because obviously it could be personal and that, and I've
Yeah,
respect
yeah.
for bro. I'm going to try and respect him, but obviously we could be concerned. We could be concerned, which generally we are. I am. You are. You know, I like the guy, but I just don't like how it's all turned out. But if I was to say, you know, like I said to you and that, and you thought, yeah, you could be on some it. You know, we aren't going into detail and all that. And you see, because of that wound, let's call it a wound. You know, he's been hurt. It's a wound.
Yeah.
You know, you go on this highly defensive path, if you want to. I don't know how to explain. A highly defensive path. So the slightest thing, because of whatever hurt,
Yeah,
trauma, whatever it is, you're like, "Brr." So you're straight
yeah.
on it, right?
Very
And
temperamental.
yeah, yeah. Which then like it brings this other like a Jekyll and Hyde thing in it, which get me, I've got it, you've got it, everybody's got that dark side, like you know that you know. You know, one minute you could be happy as Larry, and the next thing might want to rip somebody's head off because they've insulted you or something. That's that Jekyll and Hyde, isn't it? You know what I mean? That fight or flight, innit? You know, you're gonna stick. Obviously, you're gonna stick up for yourself and defend yourself. You know what I mean? And that, you know, I respect. I've never lost respect for Bruce in any way, other than the only respect I've lost for him is how it's been carried out. And, you know, call me whatever you want, or anyone can, but
I'm,
I
I'm
think
gonna, I'm gonna,
my
I
it
think,
is quite.
I think I'm gonna try something. Yeah. I think I'm gonna try. I'm gonna I'm thinking I might not do it, but I'm thinking right now that if I email, I'm gonna email Jason.
Station, a
I think I might email Jason and
it
arrange uh,
was
a
books,
private
and it
talk, because it don't have to be a stream. A private talk, because we've got Messenger. I could talk to him on Messenger. I think I'll contact him and we'll have a talk, because that's some ground I can start on first. Let's see where Jason thinks I did Bruce wrong, because he's still saying I did him wrong, even though he said, admittedly, I dealt with the whole situation wrong and I could have been nicer without belittling you and doing it the way I could. I could have done it in a completely nice way. I was in a certain mood at the time and all that. And I said, well, thank you for being honest and all that. So I
you
think
were it.
I can talk to Jason, but I want to get to the nitty gritty with Jason first. Where do you think I went wrong? How do you think I wronged your brother? And we can resolve it and condense it down and get to the
Yeah,
bottom of it. And then we can
really.
move on to trying to see how
How?
I can talk to Bruce if he ever wants to fucking talk about this again and get somewhere with him. Because I want to know where it
Why,
is, that piece that's like a
right?
thorn in him. I want to get to it and sort
Personally,
it out if I can.
I'd like everybody to make the amends on it and that, because I know 100% it's fucking proper hurt you more. It's hurt me, but it's fucking hurt you
Fucking
more than me.
hell.
You've known Bruce for a lot longer than me, and
I
from first,
obviously don't know to the extent how much it has hurt Bruce, because I'm not Bruce. I can only imagine, right? But
you
at the same time, like we said, I don't know
yeah,
what else is
yeah,
going on in the man's head or
obviously
what he's
Bruce
gone
is
through.
what I'm saying is he's obviously hurt through it, and it's hurt me for a while. So he's took it and it's been misinterpreted, whatever you want to call it, and that. But
Yo, Adam Viewfinders is it, man? We got Adam in the house, Joel. We got Adam here. Is he playing on his game?
it's
Or is
fucking hurt back to you more than all lot of us, because I know, there's no, he's a good guy, right, and I know he had a lot. You've got a lot of respect for
that
him, mate.
works for me, Adam?
Is Adam?
Yeah, we
Adam,
do.
bro, come on, get it. Adam, send him a link, Pete. Get him on.
The
Come on
link's at
now.
the top, man. It shouldn't be too far up the screen, because hardly anyone's spoke. Hardly
Come on now.
anyone's. If
Come
anything,
on.
Piper Lynn, bless her, is the one that spoke most so far. So
That Andrew.
it should be able to grab that link at the top of the comments.
Andrew, if you're listening, mate, I'll ask his
If not,
fucking money.
man, I'll send it again. I'll just wait for it to see what he's saying.
You alright? What? Pete's worried about
No,
it.
look,
I'm
man,
worried.
then bear with me, bro. I'll grab you that link again.
Let's have a fucking. I haven't seen you for ages, Pete.
Nah, we gotta have him on, man. Semi-drunk fucking Adam, man. Yes, I'm having some of that. As soon as I.
Come on,
There,
Ad. The rest
there you
of
go.
it.
There you go. Lad. Right, you're probably gonna end up talking to him first. You know why? Because I've got to shoot off to the toilet, so I'm just gonna wait for him to turn the icon to get
We're,
started.
we're, we're a family. That's how
Give me that red
it is.
dot.
We're making this new family, new society, new.
I'm just gonna slap Adam in the room. I'm just gonna bang him in the room, man, and then I'm just gonna pop off.
It's on. That's how I look at it. If you're an idiot, your name's not down. You're not coming in.
Be with you in a sec, Ad. All right, how you doing?
It's as simple as fucking pub gossers.
Zero. Fuck me. How you doing, bro? You alright?
I'm fucking silent as a track youth. How are you?
Pissed off. It's fucking pissing it down, isn't it? I wanted to
Yeah.
go out in schools out summer. Yeah. I've got
Didn't
no spoons. Yeah, buzzing. I
Not
want
last
to
night.
dance down.
Oh, Joe, listen, not last night, but the night before, I saw orbs all over the fucking sky, mate.
You're seeing them. I know. I've been watching videos and that. There's something happening. You agree, right? There's something going off and that, innit? Can't you
100%
feel
right.
it?
Yeah, I can feel it in the air, man. There's something weird.
There's something. Fuck it, it's been weird as fuck for the last couple of months, hasn't it? It's been weird, and it think fucking chemtrailing again. This fucking war, fucking UFO. It's off at scale, mate. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Where have you gone there? You nipped it along with me. Yeah, schools out. And he's disappeared, Pete. Come on, now, get some.
What's this?
Where's he gone now? Zero. Yay!
The battery's just fucking gone on 20%, so it's kicked itself into fucking low mode and fucking kicked me out of the studio. Bollock, fucking shit
Got
thing.
the limp mode.
Yeah, dark, yeah, low glow, whatever you call it.
What's weather like down yours, had, is it? Wasn't it down?
All day, mate. It's been wazzing it down all day. You know what? It makes me think, right? All this rain that's happening, rain for 40 days and 40 nights, the Bible prospects, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really done or anything, but it's just fucking weird, dude.
You know what? I never thought about it like that, you know.
I was watching, can't believe you said that, man.
It's obviously come to my attention because I've never known a July like this where it's like blazing hot in all June and then no, you're not having any more. It's July, one of the hottest months, but you're not going to have any more sun now. So it's just going to be shitty for the next 4 weeks. With maybe a little bit of sunshine poking out the clouds every now and again. That's about it.
Yeah,
weird.
Hey, right. I was watching something today. This thing with Met Office and that. I forgot. It's like a podcast thing or something. More than notice, and they were on about what's coming up at next fucking 3 months and that. And you know all these temperatures in Europe. Greece is going to be hitting even higher temperatures, like maybe up to 55, 60 degrees by end of July to August or end of August, right? Which is going to be like, what the fuck? So all that Mediterranean is going to be fucking scorching.
Well,
and hitting temperature, even Scotland's going to be hitting like fucking 28 degrees or more.
I go to Greece and do
like all of Birmingham and Nottingham and London and all that between 34 and 38 degrees.
Late and live with Adam Truthfinders and Joel Shoulder.
I need to sort it out. Fucking camera is shit, isn't it?
I don't know. If only you can see right now. I don't know what it is, but Adam's face is going. It's fucking trippy as shit. That's funny though.
This is beaver piss.
Whoa, it looks like that is scary, man. It just looked like a hologram. It blew up like a hologram, flickering. Whoa, don't go too fast. That is scary as shit, man. Look at that. Whoa, that is scary shit.
Beaver piss. Waffle. If you waffle, you. Right.
I don't even know why that's doing
that. You know, I got 5 wins. I got 5 wins and 1 place, but I had to get 7 wins to win 50k. And what I said, well, today, if I win the 50k, this van to be fake, so we can do a waffle tour, and then I can service my van. I'm gonna pay for you.
Oh man, I might record. I might just record. I wonder if this is getting recorded on the live like this. Oh my fucking god, that's scary. You know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna get the phone and show you. I'm gonna show you. I'll do it. I'll pop this in the video. The next video.
Yeah, yeah, fuck, you know what I mean? I've still got. All I'm gonna do is whack at fucking 20k in babbies, like get 10k to Abbey, 10k to Hello, and then whack over in mine and our lasses and happy days and then I'll just put a Saturday and that note for that fun. No, like, yeah. Best bit about it is when I put these bets on, it's free. Hey, so it didn't even cost me no to put it on. Yeah.
It's Adam the
7
goat.
winners.
What is going on, man?
It's ITV pick 7. I like my horses, me. I've
Hey,
got
you
an
sure
horse.
you've got a third lot in that room with you? What's going on, man?
I'm outside, bro.
Do you remember when we was kids and there was them toys that you can buy, yeah, and there were holograms from the torso up. I forgot what they were called. They were like these warrior figures, yeah, and you turn them, and they have like a green skeleton hologram inside them, and you turn them like that. They look like a warrior, and you turn them like. Oh, this is what it reminds me of, man.
Yeah, it's visionaries. They're like showing now. Visionaries. Did you watch some Terror Hawks I sent you? Remember Terror Hawks, Adam?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough of that.
It's called it's a cartoon. Visionary.
I'm gonna come straight back in. So if it kicks me out, just put me straight back in. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, no problem.
Gosh.
It's probably just his camera, I guess, on whatever, his phone or whatever, I guess. You're fine though, Joel. Your seems
Just looking for a.
Gosh.
I know what you're on about. I'm sure it's this. I'll show you now.
It's still doing it. He's what is this going on? He's mad though. He's doing that.
That bit.
No, you see, it's normal now. You're okay now.
I
Fixed it.
I put it in landscape. Maybe that.
No, you're fine now. So, don't know. Fixed it. Am I going to get a strike?
Far away in a
The like medieval, that's what it's called. Visionaries.
So what is this then?
Green technology and sources of energy.
For 7,000 years. But this was not to last. For the realignment of the 3 blazing suns of Prismos signaled the end of the age of science and technology.
The fall of Atlantis. Oh, it's a mad day. I'll send you this.
You blatantly know that the same people who did Transformers did this cartoon as well, because that voice is definitely one of the fucking voices to one of the Transformers.
Visionaries.
That sounded like Starscream out of Transformers. That did.
Oh, that's
Same
right.
shit.
Probably the same. You should be able to get toys. And they're like E-Man toys, weren't they, about science that? Can you remember E-Man and that?
Oh yeah, I can remember E-Man. My brother used to have all the figures, most of the figures.
Yeah, like when you turned it, it'd like have an hologram and that flip or something. They're like medieval knight things and that, weren't they? And that they'd be like.
Are you on about the things that I was on about with the holograms in them?
Yeah, that's it. That cartoon what I was just showing, that's it. It
That
was a big
cartoon was about them figures.
Yeah, Visionaries. It's called Visionaries. Visionaries.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's it. I'm telling you. I remember I used to have some. I had E-Man toys and that. Fucking Star Wars. Young and used to have Thundercats and shit like that. What is it? It used to be Action Force, and they made it into G.I. Joe, didn't they?
They used to have like a normal fucking figure body, but then like I don't know if the body could come off and then you could see a hologram inside, or whether it was just the front and body.
There's like a thing, like you put like an hologram on it, flip round or something, whatever. Like,
Yeah. You could see like a flat. It was like a flat hologram that you could see in like green hologram.
Something that might be like, I don't know, a fucking lion power or something like that.
Yeah. I couldn't remember what the hell they were called though. That's the thing.
Visionaries.
Oh, sorry, Ad.
I'll send it in there.
Fucking phone.
What's that echoey feedback?
I don't know. I've got it as well. Joel's got something on in the background, maybe. That's better.
No, is that it?
You know what it is? You went on Messenger, didn't you?
Me.
Hello.
Oh man.
That's me.
I'm gonna have to.
What's happened?
We're out.
Pete's gone.
Is it M still?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know what's happened.
I'll show you. I'll just clear everything.
Here he is.
I'm back.
I'm back. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
No, echo. I don't know what's happening. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do with it. I can't.
Yes.
I mean, I've got my phone on charge. I don't know if it's that.
Yeah, that's
maybe.
No, not it. I have an idea.
It's my fault.
I'll
bet.
All I know is it's ever since.
Right. I'll leave and come back. I don't know. What do you want me to do?
I'll let you. He's gone now, so I'll just.
See, it sounds like you're in a fishbowl now.
Me.
Yeah.
I'm getting.
I think it's the StreamYard, dude. I don't think it's very good.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've got my phone on charge. God. Still there?
Yo. Is that better?
That's much better.
Sweet. Oh, hang on.
It's still a bit echoey, though, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Right, let me leave, see if it's me, and I'll come back.
That camera's shit on my tablet compared to my phone and that. You know what I mean? No, our lighting is now, but no different to how it was when I was on my tablet and it's all like red and fuzzy, innit? But phone text business miles better than that. Samsung, yeah. In fact, yeah, it must have been Adam's charger interfering because it sounds back to not MK Ultra now.
I can't see how that would do it though. Why would a charger cause that?
It's the frequencies
The
from
frequency
transformers.
because of the power override.
Yeah, well, you know, you think on, right, it's going from 240 volts, a charger plug, right, down to like 12 or less. You know what I mean? They're like 5.5 volts on the phones and that, 5.6 volts. I mean, if you listen to them carefully and that, and people don't realise this, when you're asleep on a night, right, and you've got your phone on charge, it's next to you, that's emitting a frequency that causes serious problems and that. You can get cancer and all sorts of shit from it. I'll send you a video on that. Somebody was on about it over there and that.
I fully believe
that,
you. You know why? Because in the last couple of nights, I haven't been having my phone on charge, and I've had some really good night's sleeps just recently.
Yeah,
Since
well, that's it. Because what it does is, right, you know, when your phone's on charge, right, even when it's not on charge, but more so when it's on charge, right, that charger, you know, charger for your phone, them, right, them, yeah. If you listen carefully, right, if you get house really quiet, plug it in and you listen, it'll go psh, and it'll make a noise, a frequency, yeah. And that's not good for you, because it's, if you look, it'll tell you, well, it'll tell how many ohms and that. Check the bank.
what's Parker saying?
Right, the frequencies is hertz and that way it's running it. So like this, right? This charger is, it's a Samsung charger. Right. Where's my fucking phone?
You still here, Piper? Bless you.
You see that, Piper?
Yeah, I think
Hey!
she's still here.
Alright, we do it right. Listen, right? Input 100-240 volts. Yeah, so it runs it up to maximum 100 to 240 volts. Yeah, yeah, running at 50 to 60 hertz. Yeah, at 0.5 amps. So that's ampage that it's putting out. These things are all about to, right? Yeah, and output is a 9 volt. So that, right, is basically a transformer. What it does is it takes you direct current from plug, right, and then converts it down from 220 to 240 volts down to 9 volts. Yeah. It's a rapid charger, but it's running at 1.67 amps, right, over 15.0 watt. Yeah, so this is what I'm saying to you, amps and watts, this is what I'm looking with now, the light box, right? Or at 5 volts, so it can run at 5 volts or 9 volts, depending on what it is on ampage and that. But 5 volts, if you look right, at 9 volts, it's running 1.67 amps, yeah? But only at 5 volts, it's running 2.0 amps, yeah? And at 9 volts, at 1.67 amps, right, it's doing 5.0 watts, yeah? But at 5 volts, it's doing 2.0 amps at 10.0 watts. So basically what it's saying is, and this is what I'm on about here, if I'm wanting to increase a voltage, right, from a low voltage, I've got to put amps and watts at a higher level. You understand? Whereas if you were bringing it down, then you lower the watts than the amperage. And that's proof's in pudding, mate. You know what I mean? But yeah, so you're running at that, and then it says SN. Blah, 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 blah. So basically, you know, this is what I'm saying. It runs at 50 to 60 hertz. Now, if you look up what 50 to 60 hertz frequency does and that, you'll be surprised, right? And basically, what everything's got to be throttle. This is what I'm saying to you. It's like a dipole. It's called toroidal field, and it's with a magnetic center. So you take the central point. So imagine, that's the central point, right? It's that, yeah. And around that, yeah, you get that, and it's like a donut with the hole in the middle is a black hole. Basically, it's a neuron. It's a black hole, like a red blood cell, right? It's like a donut, red blood cell. You look at it, I can show you under the microscope, right? In a minute, because and in the middle is like a black dot, but you think, oh, it's like an hole in. That's a neuron. It's a black hole, right? And that's what forms your red blood cell to make like a donut shape, because it causes a toroidal field, but it swirls, and this is what I'm about. It swirls and that, vortexes and that. That's why you see on ancient things with swirls and that. Honestly, trust me, they're just starting to admit it, such as what they call it, Fermilab and CERN and all that. CERN, there ain't load of bollocks and that. What we found the God particle rubbish. I've crushed fucking Einstein's theory fucking about 6 years ago. It's a load of bollocks, man. It was just a dream in Einstein and that. Tesla, mate. Even Einstein said says, look, if you want to know fucking everything and that about
yeah, that's what I was saying, Ad. I was saying the same thing.
you better ask Tesla, because he knows more than fucking me, and that was Einstein saying that to the American government. Says, if you want to know everything, you better ask Tesla up there, he knows more than me. That one from fucking Albert Einstein, you know what I mean? He just sat there going, well, I'll just have a kid. Oh, fucking reality and gravity, I must have nodded off. You know what I mean? Probably where Joe Biden gets it from, isn't it? Anyway, for that bullshit. Yeah. Where's my cig? Where's my fucking, what was it? I said, oh, beaver piss, isn't it? Yeah, that's it, beaver piss. Beaver piss. Oh, yeah, actually.
Kangaroo piss.
But, yeah, it makes me bounce back too much, that, though.
I'd love to try that banana weed that Dave's got.
What's that, lightsaber? Oh, that's that tin, isn't it?
Banana weed, man.
Where's that gone anyway? Is he gone now?
He's gone to charge his phone for a bit.
Come back, Ad.
He'll be back.
Been worried about you and that. I'm just looking at chats now that I'm having to use my tablet for chats. I'm sorting it out now, Pete. I just need to work out how to get fucking like. Probably what I'm waiting is when you come to see me, I'll go, right, Pete, show me how to fucking do it and that. And hopefully I might remember. I don't fucking clue what I'm doing. But I'll get there.
Our first duo live stream.
I know. Oh, we're gonna have to do that as well. I need to get a camera, right? One of them camera things and that what you've got. Remember, we need to do it, especially when it gets winter time. We get fucking darker nights. It's gonna be ace, isn't it? I know it's a bit cold and that. Get cameras up in back gardens or something, and do a live stream with cameras live outside the backyard. So like people can see fucking here at night and there at night. And we'll say,
Joe, do you know what I still haven't got on yet? And I really do need to get on it. I still haven't got an infrared camera yet. And I should have had one like 2 years ago by now.
What's you know that camera? What that P900 or something? What is it? Well,
I was hoping I could get my P1000
yeah, that's
converted.
it. P1000. What do you think? Pulses that 900s alright, or do you think I'll
Yeah,
just get 1,000?
like I said to the other day, man, P900 is still a really good camera.
Yeah, I just thought, well, if I'm getting one on that, well, you know, if I could get a decent deal on it, because I'm thinking, oh, $2,000, and he says, oh no, a few hundred quid in that. So say if I got one like 500, because what I thought is, you know, like after Christmas and that, you have all sales, don't you, and that. So I thought, I might just get one on drip feed after Crimbo. You know what I mean? Get it on to card, innit? On pay monthly and that on drip feed and that. I call it drip feed. Hire purchase. Credit. It exists still, you know, in the next few months. Probably will though, because they want your money. But yeah, that's what I thought. If not, if I don't win horses, there's always shotgun in workshop, and I thought about going bank and drawing some money out. I was going to borrow some tights off our last, and we'll draw some money out with shotgun. Can you put your card in here? No, put fucking money in here. Do you realise what these fucking tights are doing to my face? Now fucking hurry up! Put the fucking money in now! I'd make a good bank robber, wouldn't I? Some fucking tights, mate, though, innit? You know what I mean? Julie's got this. What about if I put a, I don't know, I'll get a Benny out, and I'll cut fucking eyes out, and I'll do phone jacker.
Bank one. What was this?
All I need is your bank account detail and that, and you have won a competition now. I used to love watching that phone jacker and face jacker. Bambadungi, innit? Here we have a beautiful bear, Bambadungi. Bambadungi. What is it? You know, Friction and that. He used to DJ on Radio 1, didn't he? You know, like some what they call them, jingles, isn't it? It's like a sample of jingle or something. Friction, he used to have one of that, and it was Brian Badunga go, Biction, bow! Like something. Instead of Friction, he used to go, Biction, bow! Brian Badunga. I used to buzz off it.
He should never ever have revealed his face, dude. I'm telling you. Never.
You know that film, is it Four Lions? Hiya, Kel. Hiya. Hiya. Have you seen that film? Is it Four Lions or something? What on about it too, Pete? Where the blows are set up in that sheep field and that. He's got them bags of nitroglycerin and that. They're planning to do a terrorist bombing or something, innit?
Who?
Well, him who does face jacket, he's in that film, he's one of them and that.
Is that my head?
Yeah.
Oh, where's your head?
Somewhere over here.
Four Lions. Four Lions.
Yeah, Four Lions, innit? He goes, oh, what you doing? He's running across finger. He goes, boom, and blows up in Sheepfield and that, innit? Or something. It's where the jogging down the street is going. There's that dude is going, oh yeah, I'm just starting for the jogging and that. He's going, oh yeah, we're all right and that. And he's got bags of nitroglycerin and all that. He's going, look, tomorrow you'll be a martyr and that.
We've got anything? Yeah, I was going to say, have we got anything important to do.
Yeah, well, him who's big, tall and that, yeah, that's face jacker. Him, that's who's in that. That's him.
My
That.
favorite film. It's Robin Rapid, bro.
Yeah. It's mad, that film, like, isn't it? It's funny. That's maddest bit, that, where he's got bags in it, he's running, and he's like that, running back, and the sheep in the field, and he chips up, and the next thing, he goes, boom, and you see all the sheep, and his boat lands off, so he goes, oh, what we're going to do now, boss? And he's going, shut up, fucking They're proper, like, dumb, aren't they? And that is going, oh, fucking hell, and that is going, what do we do now, boss? And that, it's mad film, that. It's fucking funny as fuck.
When
It's like a piss take out of terrorist, really, isn't it? And that, you know, it's funny, like.
100%.
Yeah, Four Lions, that's what it's called, isn't it? Four Lions. It ends up, there's only him and him out of face jacket, and other ones left it, and then they're in that cafe or something, and do they get shot or blow?
Seasons like start as well, and I want to start the season of Return.
All right, here's one for
possible.
The Piper. This is for Piper. What about the 40? It rains for 40 days and 40 nights.
Yeah.
That's for Piper because it's been raining here non-stop in July now.
It's been terrible, hasn't it, in the UK?
It's been raining and raining and raining, and it everybody.
Yeah.
Rain. Yeah.
Everywhere in the UK.
I've been saying on Waffle House how depressing it's been, man. How shit
all that it's
like compared to the shorts, the skies on the shorts that Dave's recently been pumping out.
Dark cloud, right, and sticking it right over the top of the UK, and it just sticking there and just going like that. It's like as if somebody's just stuck a big dark ass cloud over all that, isn't it?
No, seriously, man. For all you that live down south in London and all that, them sides, yeah. You've had nice skies compared to what we've had. We up here in the Midlands north, it's nothing but a sheet of grey crap, man. I don't like the playing at.
It's pissing it down now, you know, sorry.
It has been here all day. Tomorrow as well, apparently.
You saw that video the other day where there was still chemtrails.
Can you hear that? Can you hear that?
No matter what.
Isn't it that up?
Getting this rain the way we are. Because this
that's raindrops. There must be signs of
documentary in my feed the other day, and it was talking about how we were talking about seeding the clouds.
Yeah.
Work that out. How did that happen?
Listen, I've been watching all sorts of shit about it.
Ad, fuck. You know, you just said that. You just reminded me of something. Yeah, I was in my kitchen when I come back from the hotel. Right, and I was looking at my, you know, like when you see like all these random grey clouds, and then you see like a random white one, right? The sun was setting over there, yeah, in a fucking what is it? When does the sun set? Is it the west? No, it's the west.
West.
It was in the northwest. The sun was setting in the northwest, yeah, right.
Yeah,
so this cloud that I was looking at, yeah, it was a little tiny cloud. It was in the shape of a donut, like if you saw a donut or a burger from the side. It was that sort of shape. Kind of reminded me of the shape of that little Tic Tac thing I saw going across the blood moon. It was that kind of shape, yeah. And I watched it, and it stood out from the whole rest of the clouds because the rest of the clouds were all grey and horrible and murky, yeah. And there was this one burger-shaped cloud, glowing bright, and I looked at it, and as I'm looking at it, right, it went from a perfectly, and then it started to fluff out into a cloud, and then it went bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I took my eyes off it for a minute, then I watched it get bigger, I took my eyes off it again, watched it get even bigger. It got that big, I couldn't even tell which cloud it was anymore. That's the seeding. That's the seeding.
You can see it spread, but it's not a thick cloud. It's just a mistiness. That's what you get.
They start as like these hockey puck shaped things, little things, and then they just puff out.
Have you not noticed the red glows at night time? They're more prominent now. That's because of all the chemicals that are layering in the atmosphere and the ionosphere. And when they hit that HARP system, like I say to you, play me a HARP, that's the HARP system kicking into action. And that's what's creating.
Yeah.
You see all the 5G towers that are planted everywhere.
5G. I was just going to say 5G, Adam. Can't believe you said that.
Ions of this fucking 5G towers, that these kilowatts that they're kicking out, or megahertz, whatever it is that they kick out, it's all attractive. You look above that, all these 5G towers have been spread in a grid system. It's all in a grid system. You've got to work it out and work out where they are. And that's what I've done. I've been all around in Nottingham. I've sort of
Can you remember me telling you as well?
You remember during the
these
pandemic,
main
there was that
towers,
guy?
all these new street lamps, what they put up in pandemic, and this is why they did it.
Yeah, this is what I
Every
was
single
going
one
to
of
say.
them has got a 5G receiver in, right? And it comes to main towers to them.
Yep.
There's cameras, 5G, and a lot in them street lamps. That's why they rustled them up when we were on lockdown. Because I remember
it was all part of the plan, mate. It was all part of the plan. Same as these smart meters.
Yeah.
Smart meters connect well.
That's why they all of a sudden randomly put sprinkler systems in our blocks, man. I just thought, why are you putting all of a sudden putting sprinkler systems in our flats for?
I've seen there's a
Big
film on
Brother.
the house is all smart. It's a smart house.
Big Brother.
Heating is controlled. The doors are controlled. Everything's controlled by AI. And they lock you down in this house and you can't get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, can you remember a few weeks back, right? That dude, right, he got an Alexa thing or whatever it is, and his house all fucking armed up and secured up and that with this fucking ring bell thing or whatever and all that camera thing. And because he said a racist thing, it fucking house locked him out and he couldn't get in and nobody could get him in it and fucking armed it up and that. And it went, he's going, Alexa, let me in. She's going, no, you're not coming in, piss off.
Well, doesn't that remind you of Demolition Man?
Yeah.
You know?
Johnny Cab, hope you enjoy the ride. Yeah.
Well, this, that, and the other. Yeah? You see, when all this smart technology comes in and all these people that's got this smart shit in the house, that sort of shit's not going to come in. Same as all this social credit. Like, this is why they want you on digital currency, so they can control you and keep you.
Listen, what they're going to do is, well, they're all probably doing anyway. They're just putting thoughts in your head and you think you're fucking thinking them, you send, but you're not. And it's them that.
Use it. So use cash as much as you can. I do. As soon as I get paid, I go to the bank and get it all out in cash.
Yeah, I'm saying that. All I do is I leave enough money in to cover my direct debits, and then rest I just go and I just keep drawing it out. Cash machines or whatever and that.
Right, I went to the co-op the other day. Down there, there's a co-op down the road from me, and the woman in there said to me, "I can't wait for it to all go cashless." I said, "What do you mean?" "Well, there's only two of us on staff-wise, and I can't wait for you to all use their machines." I says, "Well, put it this way, love. As soon as that happens, you'll be out of a job." She says, "No, I won't. No, love, you'll be gone. They'll have robots in to do that. They've got robots in now to pick all the fruit because nobody wants to go out picking fruit and vegetables and all that shit anymore. They've got robots.
Listen, man, it's all wrong. What we need to start doing is, right, you need to start watching Richard Vogue channels and that. And I'm on with him and that, on the same thing. We need to go back to old ways where we farm and grow our own stuff and make our own compost.
We can do it.
And we grow our own food. And we trade things. We don't need a currency as such or things. We do it on a merit and credit. So say like what you do is you do 3 hours a day, right? Voluntary, litter picking, what you do things right, community, you do 3 hours a day, right? And you get an infinity token, right? I'll send you a link, Richard Vogues, right? You know Michael Tellinger?
Yeah.
He's been on Ancient Aliens, that South African dude about with ancient giants and all that. He's on Richard Vogues the other day, right? And I'm going to sign up for it, right? And they're already starting it, South Africa and all this and other, and you can sign up. And then what you do is whatever skills you've got and that, you sign up to this community thing. It don't matter where you are in the world and that. everybody needs to look into it, right? And you get these infinity tokens, which could be worth hundreds of thousands of pounds the next few years. But it's not a great idea, and what we do is we go back to farming and help, cleaning up. We don't need councils. It'll do away with councils, it'll do away with everything.
So,
And we do it how we did in ancient times by using the trade, the skill and trading and the communal thing. You know what I mean? And we put
oh, yeah.
stuff into, you could
I'm
still have
sure
a job
people are
and
nicking
things like
canoes
that.
back
It's not going to change the world on its head, sort of thing, and nobody's ever going to have a job again and all this. It's not like that. You just sign into this thing where you do it as a society. So, like, say you might have an allotment or farm. So, like, say Mr. So and so farmer needs some help. Well, I'm not doing out today. I'll go to 3 hours there. Yeah, what am I doing tomorrow? Well, I've got 3 hours spare there. I'll go pick some rubbish up. But for community, get rid of some. Maybe Mrs. So and so might need a grass cutting or things like that. And you trade things, and they go, right, well, how can I pay you? And that, but you get your infinity token, and what you do is, they're like, well, you do that service, and they might say, well, I've got this fruit here. So they get, you get a bag of fruit and veg, and the proper, real stuff that's been grown with real, proper, soils and compost, and with back the correct, not these pesticides and chemical stuff and that, proper stuff. You know what I mean? That's what we've been doing, making our own compost. You know what I mean? I put chicken carcasses and all sorts in, 3 months, 6 months down the road and that. But everything, you put cardboard in, a bit of straw, mud, loads of worms, meat, veg, all your scraps and that. Even meat, you know what I mean? My granddad, he used to grow grapes in conservatory, and it was in old black dustbins that he used to carry, one of them. And he used to stick an old, a dead rabbit or something in it, because he used to breed rabbits and that, yeah. And they stick a dead rabbit in it, or a cat or something like that, or whatever.
Back in a bit.
Chucking or chicken or something. And then, honestly, right, as it decomposes, it's all nutrients and bacteria and all that, and it was fucking massive. It was fucking grow all along. There were fucking 8 bunches of grapes on it and that. And they were fucking beautiful. So we've made his own compost and that from last year. And we've used it this year, put it in the strawberries. And I tell you what, it's best crop and fittest I've ever looked at them, right? It smelled a bit manure-y and that. Don't get me wrong on that, but we mix it all in and that, and like sprinkled, bits on, and as it's like basically, like how they used to do. They used to like cut fields and that and burn straw off, and then plough it and then spread muck on it, didn't they? With them muck spreaders, and it used to stink, with manure. And they stopped doing all that, and that's our best crops used to be grown, and that's basically what we're doing. You know what I mean? We make our own manure shit basically. And you just put a bit in and that, and as it breaks down, bacteria and nutrients go down into the soil. You don't need no chemical, not this plant food shit that you buy and that. Not using none of it. We've used it for the crap. The leaves are fucking massive, the fit as fuck green and that fucking stuff. You know what I mean? When you take the proper juice in that, you know what I mean? I've never tasted strawberries as good in my life and that. So we've done that as an experiment. So now for next year, we're getting all organised and we're gonna make a veg bed and everything.
Yeah, I reckon so, Piper.
And then get it all ground ready for winter. And where's compost what we're making and that, mix it all and dig it in and that. And then when it comes to time, salt seeds and that, and then boost, you know what I mean? So we're gonna put some garlic, maybe some beetroot, some peas, beans, potatoes, some rhubarb, strawberries, obviously. Just fucking whatever we can grow in it, you know what I mean? Onions, carrots, you name it. We're just gonna grow it, put a special compost in, mix it in and that, do it all natural way, no chemical thing, no, none of that, nothing, you know what I mean? Proper, pure, old fashioned cultivation, you know what I mean? The real stuff, with actual nutritional value in it, because when you go into supermarkets and they've got all these things and that, they've been on shelf and things and stored for that long. Most of the nutritional value in them's fucking deteriorated anyway, so it's only something just to fill your belly up. It's not actually doing you really any good. So we wouldn't be getting fucking poorly, would we, if we eating, spend all this money and buy all this food. It's meant to do me good and that, and you're like, oh, I feel like shit today.
Posted the other day, that doctor that got killed off because of his methods, all the herbs, natural herbs and plants. And
you did a thing, didn't you, Pete?
yeah,
What's that?
That video, Dr. Sibin or whatever.
Oh yeah, Dr. Sebi.
Yeah.
Good, isn't it, that?
Prime example, that.
Yeah.
Prime example.
But this is what we're up against, my friends.
I know. No, but as many, we are great. You know, we've got to get more and more switched on and we'll get together. You can't
It's safety in numbers, isn't it? This is what I've said. You're right, Adam. This is what we need to do. Us three, little Tinsy Wincy, more majority. There's something that we're trying. My vision is this is why we've all met, I believe, and everybody else that who's in. Someday we're all going to meet. And we need to make a fucking community. It doesn't matter where we are in the globe, but we need to get this fucking switched on, eyes open, be safe and all that, innit? Fucking, if not, we're fucked. They're going to kill us all.
It's all laid out, and things happen for a reason. We meet people, and it's all entirely up to us, guys. It's all entirely up to us.
There's only us that can make a difference, and it's only us that can do it. And if we don't know, that's it, we're screwed. They are adamant, right? And they're on with it. This is what they're doing. The plan, game set, it's already on, right? You have your fucking pandemic. You have your fucking economic collapse. Your poverty. Your wars. Listen, they're going to be hell bent till they're blown everything to pieces. It's come a fucking pincushion. And 95% of the population's gone. So out of 8 billion, 95% of that's 5.5 million left.
5
globally.
5 million is the target. 5 million is the target.
No, 95% out of 8 billion leaves 5.5 million globally. So out of 8 billion people, there'll be 5.5 million left. I want to be one of that 5.5 million. And you do, and Pete does, and all other good people on here. We want to be on that fucking Noah's Ark or whatever that's coming on. I've even seen crazy shit where there's going to be fucking 400 fucking spaceships coming and that. You know what I mean? This over that we've got to ascend and all this, which I'm not doubting. You know what I mean? I was just asked, I goes, look, I'll fucking ascend, I'll fucking do it. I'm just going to make sure there's a seat booked for us all, isn't it?
They're up there. You know, I see them all the time. You see them all the time. Pete sees them all the time. You know what I mean? We know they're up there. But if they were
why do we see them though? Because there's people like, well, I've never seen a UFO. You crackers, your mind. It's like, no, I'll see them up there. You know what I mean? You only see them because you ascend.
Yeah.
We're basically a majority that has been chosen. This is what I believe.
Yeah.
We've been chosen. Why am I doing what am I doing? You know, with free energy things, you know, and I'm risking everything and that, and voicing my opinion and trying to do a change and that. Right? Why am I doing this? Why have I been selected? Because I've been in war zones and that, and I'm but I haven't been out as a ruthless murderer. I've been and I've got supplies in for people, their own people trying to kill their own fucking people, basically. You know what I mean? The Waziks and that. And children and that, and building schools, getting them running water, food, infrastructure, getting them in, you know what I mean? The thing, protecting them from their own, you know what I mean? These terrorists and that, this Al Qaeda and all that shit. And, you know what I mean? They were shit in the sands, you know what I mean? They were starving their own people, they were fucking warped in head, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My uncle was in the army, and he, Bosnia, Bits in Northern Ireland.
It pisses me off because people think, oh, you're in the army, you're like a ruthless murderer. No, it's nothing like that. It's a job, a professional job with a career where you've got a skill. And you could be a doctor or a medic or a IT medic. Yeah, you know, loads of things. Or a driver or you know, we sustained logistics. You know what I mean? We took out things in, not just for troops and that, but we were taking stuff in. You know, like water and rations for people that have been starved and that and cut off by certain groups. Really, I'm better off saying that. I think really, like certain groups of people and individuals that were, you know, doing things to them people that they're like, well, were an enemy or whatever, isn't it? The enemy of the state or whatever.
It's a fair way to put it.
I just don't want to offend anybody because obviously I just thought on that. It's like, well, I don't want to be saying things and upsetting Charles or out like that, you know.
For the last 5 minutes or so, and it's been in the bloody wall right next to me the whole fucking time.
But yeah, no, it's not all like what you see on telly where it's like that's just fucking Bollywood, isn't it? Bullshit wood, entertainment. It's not like that. Nothing like that. Even like, you know, when you see it, like they throw an hand grenade and it goes fucking. It's not like that. An hand grenade don't do that. It's just a flash.
Yeah, just go. That's it.
There's no big flame that flies up in air about 200 foot out like that. It's just a boosh. It's more like shit, debris blasting out, you know what I mean? More than that. You don't see a massive great flame blow up in air and that. Everybody going, wah, you know what I mean? It just rips you to fucking pieces, you know what I mean? It blasts up concrete out at walls and shit like that.
Yeah.
You can you can survive from about 10 meters. You can actually survive a grenade from about 10 meters away and that, but there might be bits missing and that, you know what I mean?
You feel something's coming round
it.
the corner. I can feel something big coming round the corner soon. I don't know, it's just the way I feel.
No, there's something in the atmosphere.
Big for that corner, it's already here, mate. It's
something's coming.
Train's gonna fucking derail, and I'm not. You know what I mean? People's gonna get. Listen, mate. All I'm gonna say is, right. Everybody's gonna get a big fucking rude awakening, and that. You know, these fuckers in a daydream walking about like a part in the trance and that. That's like, I've got my job. Don't be stupid, ridiculous. There is no war. There's no thing. You know, where are you? You know what I mean? They're like farts in the trance, just walking about in a fucking daydream. You know what I mean? Pisses me off. They've no idea. They've no idea. Most people. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying, mate. It's gonna be the biggest fucking slap on ass. I'm like, it's like fucking. I can't wait. I know it sounds awful and that. I've even tell the fucking cops and that because they even turned around and says, yeah, but we're not like that, we're not chained like that. Like, come on, push the man. So I'm trying to build this community thing up and that. So they've offered me a job, Adam, and that. As,
I seen. I'm well buzzing for you, mate.
Yeah, you know, fucking this what fucking housing influence team officer thing, right? These jobs and that, you know, right? These, I says I'll do them all. I says I'll do fucking lot. Right, resident involvement opportunities, right? Housing influence panel, yeah. So that's where I go and have these meetings and we're not, you know. Basically, it's I'd call it a council corruption officer. Right, where I make sure they're doing the job properly, that, you know what I mean? Not taking piss and spending money correctly. Right, so there's that one. Housing security panel, the housing review panel. This is my favourite one. I like this. This suits me. This one. Listen to this. Resident inspector. Shit! It's the inspector. What else going for here? Right, fucking right. Resident representative. I like that one as well. Oi! Right, this is where I go and speak up to residents and say, right, how come you haven't sorted that out for old Mrs. fucking thing, right? She's knackered, she's on fucking, what is it? Fucking Zimmer frame, right? She can't get up and down past the stairs and that. She can't get to the thing, right? When is I gonna fucking sort this out? Or do I have to kick your fucking ass? You don't get this job done, there's sacked
On it.
and there's
I'm on
mate,
it.
you know. Oh, I'll kick the, listen, mate, it'll be like being in army again. I'll be like a fucking drill sergeant when I'm over there with pegbone and that, right? And what's your name? I'll even have a badge and that. Yes, I'm here from fucking council and that. Working on behalf of the government. It's a new scheme from government. This is all through police and everything, this and that. So, you know what I mean? I work with police and that. But yeah, anyway. And then informal resident groups. So that's where I have groups and that. And then residents come and talk to me. And then I take down things and that. And I said to the council, I said, well, they're not very happy about you wasting that money on putting a new dildo up in the middle of town centre when there's that pothole there, and that pothole there, and this that other. Well, put that idea off and spend that money what these good people have paid and make the roads and streets safer for them, so they're not falling into it and wrecking the fucking hip. So then they're in Zimmer frame and they can't get to the toilet because they need a bungalow, go upstairs in the pit.
Testing.
Tested. I'm here. I'm here.
What?
Oh, the Vivo Centre fancy. Come in and
Fucking signal shit out here. Let me go a bit closer to it.
I love it. And guess what? I'm doing it volunteer as well. I've already got a job as a full-time candidate for fucking I know we're down bullshit anyway.
Excuse me.
Oh, steady.
Easy,
Easy, tiger. Oh, there we go. A bit light. That's better.
Don't let the flags get up.
Yeah, it's still great. It's not raining now, but it's
fucking pissing it down here. If I open the door, I think the waves gonna come in and
got planes
I'll just get my surfboard out.
I can hear the planes up there. They're up there. I can hear the planes.
I can hear it rain, but I don't know about
like a jet, actually. Not, I don't sound like a plane. That sounds like a jet.
Really?
Yeah, can you hear that? Hang on.
A little bit red-handed.
What was their luminous fucking plume?
In fact, no, it'll be rainbow. With unicorn cockpit.
Not wrong with you. I'm not going to see football tonight. It's too grey. I'm not going to see no Wolves tonight. Definitely.
Listen, it's looking terrible weather there. I wanted to go up there and done it. I'm dying to do a live stream. I need to get my bloody live thing working in that.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because you ain't got enough subs or what. I don't know what the.
I can't look at that. I do that. If I pay for.
No, we don't pay for premium. No, definitely not. Listen, have you tried pressing Have you tried pressing that plus button at the bottom of your page?
Yeah.
What happens when you do that?
I can't do it.
Why does it say you can't do it?
Where is it?
What?
data thing or something like that. I don't know if I've got to update it. I don't know.
Okay. Because I can do it on mine, and I can share on mine. Like I can share out. Like I can get people on my live stream. I believe. Because it says you can add people on it.
I even messaged you back. I said, look, I put all my details that you want in that. Why I can't
4 weeks for me without Piper, so enjoy it, because I'll enjoy that with you. I imagine the feeling of being stoned again.
It's a super
4
straight.
weeks for me, mate. That's why I'm drinking, because I need a drink.
Drinking? What you drinking?
Ellie Malibu and pineapple juice. It's so nice. What you got? Some brandy whiskey. I can't drink that stuff. Oh, where's Joel gone now? He's cracked his phone off. There he is. There we go.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello there.
Matthew C4, if you don't watch him, he's funny as fuck, man. He makes me laugh so much. Do you watch him?
I'm just having.
He goes, raw there. He's so fucking funny, dude. He makes me laugh so much. He's such an awesome guy, Matthew. Do you watch him, Pete?
Yeah.
He's good, isn't he?
Yeah.
I like him. He's a...
What's Joel doing?
These jaws are
Oh, he's gone again. Jolie!
Beaver fish.
Where's Julie tonight? Is she alright?
Not kangaroo fish, it's beaver fish. Kangaroo fish.
Where's me Julie? She in bed?
Julie! She must be asleep. I'll go back to
Check what my phone's on. So I don't want it to kick me out. Oh, I can't fucking see you with this.
Joey!
Oh my fucking! Oh man, what have I done? I'm back. It's alright. I sussed it. Fucking phone, man. I hate this phone.
Something in the air against the bloody rain and all. Waffles' fault anyway. All I know, it's Waffles' fault. Well, detailed.
I am because I'm
him, and he said if you can't blame him, that I can't blame him. I would blame. In this time, I won't get blamed. I'll get blamed. Well, I've got blamed on something.
Yes.
You get that van fixed. Pick Adam up, pick Pete up, get up here, and we'll go fucking mad.
Awesome.
We'll go up to Dan's and find the skinwalker shit or something.
You know, you made me laugh the other day when you had that fucking wolf head thing on.
I thought if I wear it might not get me.
That made me fucking tickle, Joel, I'll tell you. It made me fucking tickle, mate.
I've got a very, very serious side, but I've got a fucking even nasty side, and I fucking love having the buzz me, man. That's can't be serious.
I love it.
I get mad, I just get this out of this thing and make a laugh from the joke.
You've got to.
And then videos that I found out, this is me when I was in army, and this is me driving a tank. I
And when I seen it, I thought, yeah, this is appropriate, you know, we watched doing nothing, just doing that. And I thought, I'll take a picture of that. And that other one, over week it went local paper and that, it didn't repress it, goes, Bidley, I stood there a bit proud of that, they've offered the new crematorium, I'm like, oh yeah, that'll be it, COVID deaths that's coming with new pandemic,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then found that and that, and he's there.
It's coming.
He's got Mucky in shower and he goes like that. I went, yeah, just be on that. He meant on that shower and then our building boils up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I put Bridlington opening their new crematorium.
Yeah. Cracking, mate.
It's me taking piss again.
I'm nearly drunk.
It's like this, mate. I hope council can see it. And that other one, I put, have you paid your TV license yet?
No, I don't pay the fucking TV license. Are you fucking
I don't either. But like on that video, Mr. Bedrington found out down at the thing of that, where lions dragging his body away, carcass, a bit cheaper than a funeral. It goes with a big organisation, and it's no use running away. Just like Mr. Bedrington found out down thinking that there was lions dragging that fucking carcass off, innit?
Yeah. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Do you know what I found them there? Can you remember it's not the 9 o'clock news? And it had Rowan Atkinson on, Smith and Jones, and loads of like comedy actors and that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They do like sketches and that, like that. We're off of them. I'll watch it back on it over there. And then when I found them, I thought, yeah, this could be fitting with what's happening in Russia and everything. So I thought, fuck it, I'll be our little fucking monkey, like you little bastard. What's it called? I just looked down then, I just seen it, Mozzie land on my leg and it was like that, the thing, I looked and I thought, but you're doing a good bastard and that, I fucking grabbed it and squeezed it, there's fucking blood pitching out there. Bastard, I've already killed it,
Excuse me.
Wind's going up.
Is this?
Yeah, it's that Malibu, isn't it?
It's lovely. Love it.
I like
You are a kid?
I like Malibu, I like whiskey, I like vodka, I like Bacardi, I like lager, I like cider. I like pretty much everything, really. I don't like Milky Brown, though, because it gives me really bad shit.
I like Guinness. Pint of Guinness, mate. Pint of the black stuff. Good for you.
Yeah, well, I met paving slabs out of that next morning. What you do is you pick up the arms and legs like that. It's like concrete mixed with lazy. Tarmac road.
Good for you, mate. I like my Guinness.
It's alright and that, but that's what I like next morning.
Where's our Joel gone?
Not like an Egyptian.
Yeah, man. Guinness, it puts checks on your head, doesn't it?
Yeah, why do you think I've got this fucker?
Yeah. It's like wearing your Japan or a cocker gator.
Anyway, before I
Julie, where are you? I can't find me Japan.
I noticed you was talking about Bruce the fucking Zeus. So what's going on?
Zeus. Or Bruce.
Bruce the Zeus.
Brucey Zeusy.
Leave it, Pete. Just leave it, dude. Don't worry about it. Forget about it, mate.
No.
It's one of them.
And then, like, I said, it's funny that we're talking about it because I was actually thinking and reminiscing about it. And it made me want to go back to the videos, the one that started it all, and then the video that Bruce.
I've lost it.
Whoa, you're both talking. Please. All I want to say is,
we're quiet
now. You've got to look at it this way, right? I'm only going to say one thing.
She's laughing at us back. I'd like.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm only going to say one thing. Just look at his videos and go back over his old videos. Like I've said before, it's the same shit, different day. That's what I'm going to say. You know? And where's the telescope? I've been watching him for like 3 years. You know what I mean? And there's still no telescope, so I don't know.
No, honestly,
I'm not judging the guy. I'm just saying.
It is a fair point.
You know, you hit a nerve with him, and he didn't like it, and it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
That's all I can see from it. That's all I can see from it. He's called us trolls.
Hey, don't forget about that fucking banjo, I know.
To that dude. That's all I'm going to say on it. You put it to bed before.
You didn't send him that banjo.
That's all I'm saying. Sorry, Pete. I had to say that. Because I've got more. You've got to understand, man. I love you like a brother. You've got to understand that.
It's all got blown out.
You love brothers from another mother.
Who's that? Julian Dolan.
I wasn't
Say that again, Pete.
Hold on. I was just saying. Oh no, I am echoing. Yeah, I was just saying. I was just saying. Last week. I was in Leeds.
Yeah. I saw that on your line.
Probably would have been easy for me to go and see Joel. But then, if I'd have gone to, yeah. We just transport. It's like if Waffleman was able to head north, grab me, then grab you, and go up to Bridlington Avenue or something.
Yeah.
Chill out on the cliffs, man. Talking waffle.
Yeah.
Round of fire and having some campfire food.
Yeah. That's very true, Piper. Very true.
What's she saying? Yeah. Well,
yeah, as you say, weather's been engineered. And I agree.
100%.
Well, we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
I like that. Teamwork.
Teamwork is the dream work.
Yeah. More hands make light work.
oh,
Innit? More hands make light work. No, it's time we all start to get our heads together and give us fucking head a shake and deal with reality on us. If we don't book his ideas up and start squabbling on a fucking note and that, we're fucking done, mate. You know what I mean? We're seriously facing an extinction here and that. We really are.
Oh.
Did you know them videos I sent you on Messenger the other day, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't it play them for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Battery just kicked into 20% again.
Because I sent to you, man. And I'll ask you that. I've had them quite a while. I think first thing is on about there's that other dude stops Stephen Greer, but it's the other one that I sent. And when I'm trying to say what went wrong, can't play it. So we're going to do a YouTube video, but I reckon if it's still not on Messenger today, I think it'll be bye-bye to my YouTube channel. Because I'm releasing information that I had from 2015. And it's all published stuff. But to find it now on YouTube, you won't. Because they've been took down. I've been hanging on to it. Do you want me to play it for you?
Go on then, stick it on, Joe.
I did it to Marge the other day, right? I'm going to have to, I'll have to come out of here, go back to the tablet, and I have to play it through my gallery because it won't let me share it, right? So, I'll be back.
Yeah, very true, Clive. Very true.
Tumbleweed.
Huh?
Jolly?
Where's Joe gone?
No.
He said he'd be back. That's weird how we both got that line up like the way it is. Buff. Right above our heads. Entities. Look at that. We're like angels, bro. We're angels. I am the angel of the lights. There he is. All three of us, look. We've got lights behind our heads. Simple as that.
Where the fuck is it?
Come on, Joe. It's like waiting for Christmas.
Yeah, fucking Hello. Who's that?
Oh, yeah.
It was me in Afghanistan.
Whoa.
Oh, do you know who you look like?
He looks like a hijab motherfucker.
You know the Russian guy out of Stranger Things?
Lawrence Olivier.
Oh, man. It looks just like that.
You're blending perfectly, Joe.
This is me when I'm a cowboy.
What the?
It's a bit bigger than that now. There's not a little bastard. There's a big bastard. Did you know what this? Have you seen Rainbow before?
Rainbow, yeah.
Do you know what that is?
No, I don't. I'm scared to say.
I'll just
It looked like some teenager's tongue stuck to the crack of someone's
Oh no! Which show was that?
This was Julie's
What the hell am I looking at? Is that a bomb?
Oh.
Why is she Yeah.
Good night. Manja, I'd be glad. I can't hear it. I'd be glasses now. I found it, I think. I think I have. Yeah. I'm getting warm. Yeah. What's the Thank for that.
How long have we been on? 2.5 hours.
Huh?
Nearly 3 hours. What's that all about? Yeah.
It's all about vaccines.
You sound like a really piece of when you do that.
It's me. It won't get down. That pub's burnt down, man.
No way.
Right, where's that one? For some reason, no, it's called Zach.
Uncover these codependencies. Start to separate. They're all saying I am.
Is this live stream?
Even power is always that.
I'm gonna leave this one up.
That was death. Because it's actually our fear of death.
Oh man, I don't make it one.
I'm not smoking. I'm only smoking a cigarette, mate.
I know.
Death. Sense of disconnect. Force.
Some days are gone.
Why?
Stop.
Military for the right. That is the biggest in the world. $1 billion a year. $1 billion a year on a year. More than chronic disease, man. How much and now we're in a
checking out that video.
world now is not
Putting words out, isn't it?
If you're an economist, you would trans account is for the current metrics of the economy. That we need to recreate everything. Taking away the death from just becoming still horrible thing we can do.
Did you understand any of that?
It's a bit of a delay and cutting words out. So
They don't like me playing that.
no, you couldn't hear it properly.
It's
Nah, you know what? Joel actually sent me that voice on Messenger, and neither of them would play properly, you know.
Yeah, watch it, Margaret. I told it. Are you on
That being
Messenger,
said, though, as well, I've already seen it a few times before on the streams, so I already know what he's talking about, and it is interesting.
But you need to listen to that. I can't. I've had fucking bastard military fucking drones, you know, and fucking predator raptors or whatever. I've been investigating that. Lay low for it. That was like 12 months. Which I've But yeah, say it any better. Yeah, right. What are you saying on their basis? Is the first time ever that the pharmaceutical my folks 4 times more, and they spend 750 a year on military, which is bigger than the world. Yeah, pharmaceutical countries spend 4 times more a year than the US military. Outstripping them back. What happens is this industry all depends on. So us having this and dying. Biggest money game you can. And that's all.
Bear with me, John.
Is it just
It's all
me,
about-
or
it's all about.
Joel sound cutting in and out? Is it just me, or was Joel sound cutting in and out?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
I'm trying to fix him, man. I'm trying to fix the story.
That's okay. It's just weird, that was.
Say something,
Right,
John.
Joel, your sound was cutting in and out, dude. I don't know what was going on.
I'm talking about.
MK Ultra again. It's crazy.
Without it's cutting in.
Am I to believe that Liam is watching the video like 5'10" further back there somewhere?
I think so, yeah.
I'm not patching what's going on, man. So further down the stream, catch up. What?
I think so. I've noticed the same thing. I think because she was on a phone call, I think she's a bit behind.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They're cutting. Eating It's all gone.
Pete's gone.
Yeah.
Getting really tired.
I think it's because I've been drinking as well. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is.
It's got to be. Yeah, it's like I went to bed about the same time yesterday morning.
Well, it's all free. Fucking hell. Wait.
I just put him on.
What's happened, Joel? It's gonna be massive.
See, I can't. It's just
Oh.
Should we just go? What do we do?
Time to you. You're the host.
Yeah, hold on. I do. Be kind. I haven't got a clue how to get him back up.
If he just messages in the chat. What's he said? I can't see. I need.
All right.
It's kicked me out. It's kicked him out. Send him a link. Put a link in again. See if he can get back in. It's probably him that was glitching out because his sound was in and out, wasn't it? So yeah, send him another link. I reckon it's that StreamYard. I really do. Piper. Oh, it's the stream glitching out, Piper. But she is behind because she said I put a hoodie on and froze. That was earlier, wasn't it? When we was glitching out. Are you in, Joel?
Excuse me.
Excuse you, sir. You're doing to me.
Come on, give us.
There we go.
You're back in the room. He's back in the
It's
room.
working.
Don't look around the eyes. Look into the eyes. Don't look around the eyes.
Is it okay?
No, it's all right, mate. Spot on.
Your fault. Oh, it's always my fault. Waffle. It's my fault. Remember, it's always my fault. Even if I'm not there, it's my fault. It's now.
Yeah,
Tell you what. I'm turning this fucker. This sorts it out. Is that any better?
Yeah, spot on, mate. Can hear you properly now. Nothing's quite
Can
out.
you?
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I've turned my tablet on.
That's probably what it was. It was seemed to be an echo. An echo.
No volume on me.
No, I think it's just like say it's the interference, isn't it?
Yeah. I've got phone here, tablet there. I can't see it.
It's definitely the interference.
Seems a bit echoing.
It's definitely the interference from that, 100%.
Let me move.
No, you're all right now, Joel. It's bang on. It's just when you use it, I think. That's when we get the MK Ultra.
Maybe
Gently down the stream. Merrily.
It seems a bit laggy. An echo because my phone's on the tablet.
Boy.
I'm on my own internet on this one. Whereas my tablet runs China. A Huawei. Cost me £11 a month. I could take it anywhere I want.
Yeah.
It's just like a BT router.
Yeah, they're good, they are.
Alright. It's on free network. And that's what my phone on free on that. I've got unlimited everything on the phone. Unlimited everything. I've got Babby's phone. Unlimited everything. Unlimited tablet. Unlimited everything. And it's a phone as well.
Yeah.
And it cost me £56 a month. That's with broadband. Babby's phone's on contract. I'll have to tablet on contract and my phone, which I've already paid for. Instead of upgrading my phone, I've got one. But I can go get another. All I do is just extend the contract.
Yeah.
So for 56, sorry. £6 a month. What? What? Not bad. Wow. You know what that is? You know on Star Wars? And it's on New Hope. Scarping after Millennium Falcon. After the shot and Greedo in that barn and that. There's like an alien. It's got like a big black snout. And it stands at fingers.
Where's that Pete gone?
I like me Star Wars.
There he is. What happened there?
I just went out. Okay. Right, going crackly.
Crackly.
So it's not snap,
crackle, and pop.
It's just me and
Have you noticed quite the voice on her picture? I told you that. Oh, wow.
It can't be
big eyes.
Yeah, for that. Talking about Bruce again. Maybe tippy trolling about. Behave yourself, Bruce.
I'm gonna go then, lads.
I'm tired, so I'm ready for my bed.
Oh.
Well, on that number, we've got to these days, got schools out there, and one for the road, and don't forget the key. Yeah, here we are.
Bye, Piper. Thanks for coming on.
Bye, Piper.
Everybody.
Take care, everybody. Again, Piper. Whoever's out there, I love you, Pete. I love you, Joe. I love you, Joe.
We stand strong together as one. Off.
Laters.
Alright, man. Nice to fucking come on and speak to you again, guys. I love you so much.
Bye for now, man.
Alright, man. When you streaming again next week, or?
Maybe Monday.
I'm at work Monday daytime, so cool. Sounds good to me, mate. Monday night time.
Who knows? Maybe I might do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm off tomorrow, man. Alright, man.
Yeah.
Good night,
See you
everybody.
later.
Thanks for tuning in.
Good
Don't
night.
forget to smash that thumbs up. Off.
Cheers, Ad.
Alright, mate. Love you lot. See you later.
It's alright, mate.
Alright, mate.
Love you and leave you.
Alright, man. Cool.